Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank. That's my bank.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jeff Traylor Stadium and the opening game of the 2023 season. I'm Todd Robinson, joined tonight by the voice of the Buckeyes, Mr. Jeff Rash. And Jeff, we have got the game of the week to kick things off. We do not wait to get it cranked up. Here in the dog days of summer, the Buckeyes are squaring off against probably one of the top 2 to 3 teams in the state. Number 13, Jeremiah Noble, and number 11, Caden Tennyson at the quarterback position that are all juniors. They've really had to step up the last 2 weeks against outstanding competition, probably as good as they're going to see into December, into the playoffs, and managed to win last week. Now they're getting to Eric back.
Handoff to Henderson, left side, got some room in the end zone. 2 plays, and the Buckeyes score.
Well, you got to right now be thinking that the guys in white are rolling their eyes and saying, oh my gosh, here we go.
Up the middle, got a gas, touchdown.
Touchdown, Buckeyes. They answer back. How about that?
While you still trying, I'm still shining, it's real blinding. And I'm getting out of tune, talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you, and I do what I gotta do. Let's go home.
Handoff, right side. Look at this big gap, and he's going to score. On touch, Will Henderson. Finding gaps, finding seams. Buckeyes doing a great job of blocking downfield. And now we can dropping back inside to number 3 to Eric Tate. Down to the 5, first and goal from the 5.
The coldest of teams, they know we great on tries. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We've been shooting in the gym. This is target and practice, yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, up black dress code. Pay me my respect.
That was a keeper, and they just slammed him to the turf. The right side gets a good block. Headed to the end zone, scores. Dropping back, launching one. Wide open, touchdown.
That's number 13, Jeremiah Noble.
Perfectly thrown ball.
Yeah, if he throws that pass to Eric,
they're going to dump it to Henderson. Out of the backfield, everybody picks up their blocks.
And over the middle.
And no flags.
Touchdown
Buckeyes. And now it's a tie game again. But here's the situation. We talked about this earlier. You got 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. he launches one downfield wide open.
That's Eric Tate.
And to Eric Tate wisely, he cuts upfield and finds his 5 yards plus, battles his way all the way down to the 1.
He is a stud.
That's a great run right there.
Only the Buckeyes can do with that kind of weapons on offense, and it comes down to this. Well-executed drive,
Right.
let's say that.
This is for the win with 0 seconds left, or we go to overtime. Even closer.
25 yards, not 30. Kick is up. And it's good again. Buckeyes win.
0 seconds on the clock. Buckeyes take the win. And Mom, I'm sorry you weren't here to see it. All of you Buckeye fans that leave, never, ever leave a Buckeye game, even if they're down. This was the best comeback I have seen in years. What a game. What a game.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Texas A&M Commerce, Ernst Hawkins Field, where your Gilmer Buckeyes get ready to take on the Aubrey Chaparrals from Aubrey, Texas, in this regional semifinal matchup. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm Todd Robinson, your host of the Godarzi and Young pregame show today, joined by the voice of the Buckeyes, Mr. Jeff Rash. We've got an exciting contest today as the Gilmer Buckeyes, the state champions in 2023 in track and field, get ready to take on the number 2 silver medalist team in track and field by 1 individual point. So this rivalry holds over from the spring as these Aubrey Chaparrals have a lot of talent to bring to the table today. Obviously, their track and field prowess with 1 point. I was down in Austin watching the Buckeyes win that state championship. It literally came down to the mile relay, and the Chaparrals almost caught the Buckeyes and pulled it out, but of no consequence. The Buckeyes wind up taking the gold medal home, and we hope that's what happens again here today. The Chaparrals, we will talk about a little bit what they do offensively. They run a wing T, which is the old 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They've got 2 really good running backs. Number 1, Tyler Brown, who is the silver medalist in the 200 meter in the state finals. And then number 10, Emerson Cagle, the senior running back, who is the guy that was behind regionals and state competition of Mr. Will Henderson, who we all know what kind of speed he brings to the table. So offensively, they kind of run 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It is the old wing T that we saw. Now, they don't run it, if Buckeye fans remember, as well as like a Liberty Hill. They come in to tonight's contest 8-3. They beat last week the Van Vandals, which is a surprise to a lot of people. It was a very close fought game. Some things just didn't go right for Van, but I think Aubrey on the defensive side really showed a lot of vulnerability, especially to the passing game. They play on the defensive side what's called match quarters, which means that they basically have 4 safeties across the back, each safety responsible for 1 quarter of the field, and they are responsible from the line of scrimmage all the way to the goal line, which is a lot to ask when you have the speed and the precision of the Gilmer Buckeye passing attack. So I expect the Buckeye offense to come out here tonight and really have an explosive day, especially if they're on. And I'm sure that Aubrey is expecting the same thing. Obviously, they want to try to stop number 1, Will Henderson, but there are just a lot of athletes on the field for the Buckeyes. And if the Buckeyes execute well offensively and tackle, they've got a lot of speed in Aubrey, but there's not a lot of kind of game breakers that they have on their side of the ball out of that offense. So it is a really, really good matchup today, folks. We've also got, obviously, some people may already be tuned in to Carthage and Pleasant Grove. The halftime score, Pleasant Grove, the district champion from Gilmer's district, was up 21-14 over Carthage at the half.
28-14.
28, they just
in the
scored.
Third quarter,
in the third quarter. PG's just scored again, and it looks like the Carthage Bulldogs may have their work cut out for them in the second half to try to advance next week and take on the winner of this game. In the meantime, the UTSA Roadrunners, Coach Traylor, and Coach Turner down in New Orleans today, a 10-10 tie with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. We'll keep an eye on that game. And, of course, it is Football day, the day after Thanksgiving. Now, from 17 straight years, the Gilmer Buckeyes have met on Thanksgiving morning to practice because they are already 3 games deep in the playoffs. And I can tell you, Jeff, there's not a whole lot of schools that can make that statement.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's a great tradition. I hope we continue for a long time. Gilmer has made the playoffs consecutively for many more years than that, obviously. I think 23 consecutive playoff appearances now, which is just phenomenal. But 17 all the way to round 3, which is just, I don't know how many schools can say that other than maybe a Carthage or, something like that. But that is a great statistic that we enjoy. I saw a lot of Facebook posts yesterday that people were showing pictures of the boys practicing and said, greatest tradition in Gilmer, practice on Thanksgiving. So.
Well, the Chaparrals come in here tonight, obviously also very talented team. They lost to Sunnyvale in the first week of the season, Jeff, 21-24. Then they lost to Anna 42-0. And Anna really is probably the most comparable team to us in terms of style and matchup. And again, they have not adjusted really with that match quarters that they play. They've got 4 defensive linemen that come straight up the field, the best of which is number 9, Xavier McCoy. Look for the Buckeyes to run away from him. They will walk the linebackers up to kind of blitz in that bear look or 5-man look. But the Buckeyes, if they can protect the quarterback today, Jeff, look for them to have a huge day, especially through the air. There's just a lot of weapons for the Buckeyes, and the defense that they play does not really, does not really encourage them to do anything except match up kind of man-to-man, and the Buckeyes just have so much speed and skill. If they're on, we have the opportunity to score 50-plus points today, and if that happens, I just don't know how Aubrey's going to keep
Well,
up.
honestly, Todd, it's we always say this. We always say that's why they play the game. And if you're not a football fanatic, you may wonder, what does that mean? Well, that's why they play the game. Well, the reason is because you can come in and look at the matchup of an opponent, or maybe even look at their record. Like, this team's lost 4 games, we've only lost 1, and we've played equal people. But certain teams match up well against other teams. It just, their style, maybe the offense they run, that kind of stuff. Last week, I'm going to tell you right now, Gilmer out athletes across the board in almost every position Sunnyvale. But Sunnyvale, we only beat them by 3 in the last 8 seconds of the game. So you say, well, how's that possible? Well, you look at the way that the game blew out. First of all, they played the best game they played all year.
And 3 turnovers.
Yeah. I'm going to go through the whole thing. They played a great game. We played a little flat. We weren't playing we just couldn't get it going, right? We had 3 turnovers. We only averaged 0.9 turnovers per game. We'd have less than 1 turnover per game, and we had 3 in 1 game. When you get that deep in the playoffs, 1 turnover can make the difference in a playoff game. We had 3. Then you had 2 what I consider bad calls from the refs. One was the roughing the passer that gave him a first down, ended up being a touchdown, and then the other one was the obvious missed offensive pass interference, which also resulted in a touchdown. So the momentum swing, they scored 3 touchdowns in 4 minutes. 1 was in the last seconds of the first half. The other 2 were within the first 4 minutes of the second half. And so they had some real, and a turnover in that same 4-minute segment. So they had they played lights out. They played the best game they could possibly play, and I have a lot of respect for them. They played hard to the last down. And Gilmer, we were lucky to get out of that game because we just didn't have the luck, the momentum, anything going in our favor. Now, the reason I said all that is because this is the same situation I feel like today. I think they're about like Sunnyvale. In fact, I'm going to say this. They're probably a little less than Sunnyvale even.
Minus Adrian Peterson's little brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
who is a heck of a player, and I hope he transfers somewhere next year.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to see him again. So they're right at Sunnyvale level, if not just a tad under. And you saw what happened when things don't fall, when the ball bounces in the other team's favor. So the Buckeyes need some luck here today. We need momentum. We got to keep the penalties obviously at a minimum because that resulted in 2 scores last week, and we don't need that again. They've got to protect the football. I anticipate them to do that. A lot of big focus on that this week, holding on to the ball. And the other thing that hurt us, I think, last week more than anything, Todd, that people aren't talking about, the field was wet.
Yeah.
It was a misty night, and that kills the team with speed. It levels the playing field. If you don't have the fastest team, then you just level the playing field, because our boys were slipping and sliding around like it was an ice
Jeff,
skating
you
rink.
remember the opening kickoff, we said, don't kick it to number 3, and the 10-yard line tackled Tarek Tate right when he took off.
Exactly, yeah. He got stumbled over the tall grass, right? So, that's what happens in these types of games, and so we don't want another game like that. Another factor today, there's hardly any wind today, so that's a great thing. But we are playing in the sun, and the sun's going to set here in another hour and 45 minutes or so. But until then, you've got a little bit of a glare depending on which side of the field that you're protecting. So here's where the luck of the game comes when I'm talking about coin flip. If you get the coin flip and get the kickoff, and the other team gets to defend the end they want, which end do you think they're going to take?
Yeah, and oh, by the way, Gilmer's won the toss already. So they had the coin toss actually down here in the end zone before. We did win the toss. I'm assuming we took the football, and I'm assuming we're going that direction towards the scoreboard in the first
well, you
quarter.
hope so, right off the bat, because otherwise you're going to have a little bit of a sun that could be a factor. So there's a lot of factors in these games. When you're three deep, you just nearly have to play perfect no matter who you're facing. I like the Gilmer Buckeyes odds today, and I think the score is going to be somewhere along the lines of 48-28. What do you think?
I think you're right on the money, Jeff, and I do think that it comes down to execution. Obviously, as fast as Aubrey is, they don't have anybody that is Will Henderson or Tarek Tate fast. They do have some great athletes. Number 1, Tyler Brown is a burner. Number 2, Emerson Cagle is a burner, but probably not as fast as like a Kilgore that you've seen or a Chapel Hill that you've seen. So there's nothing scary, so to speak, about what you see coming to the table from Aubrey. But here's what I will say: they're big and they're tough. We do have to execute. We do have to block well. And at this level in the semifinals, when you're down to the last 8 teams in the state, my gosh, Jeff, you should be able to play well and not just run through a team. That's certainly not the case. Now, granted, I mean, they are a very, very good football team, but I just think it's a bad matchup for Aubrey today. I don't expect them to come out and do anything that they've done differently all year. They play match quarters on the back end. They walk up linebackers to a bare front. It's not anything that I think is going to be confusing. They're going to play some man-to-man.
Take into consideration, too, just the difficulties of the season. We were in the 7th toughest district this year, and I think Aubrey was in like the 27th toughest district. I mean, they haven't played, they don't have the big game experience that we had in those first 5 games specific, or 6 games rather, Pleasant Grove being number 6. They don't have that experience, and I think that's gonna come to potentially be a problem for them today. Now, I don't, again, it's back to that whole the way the ball bounces, but it's going to be interesting to see this matchup. And I'll tell you the number one reason. You mentioned it a few minutes ago for those that are just joining us. This is going to be a track meet also, because you're watching the state championship Gilmer Buckeyes track team going against the silver medalist
by 1 point.
By
literally 1
point.
Now you think about this, and I told Brother Cano, who was a young sophomore last year, who got us 3rd place in the discus. Had it been 4th place, we're the silver medalists.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
How close
That's how
it
close it was.
It came down to literally 8 inches in the discus that we won. I patted him on the back and said, you remember me telling you at the time, hey, this throw wins the state meet. Of course, the discus comes before any of the running events. Lucas looked at me like, this old man's crazy. Afterwards, he went, how'd you know that was going to happen?
I know, isn't that funny?
I've seen quite a few track meets, and you knew how it was going to go.
Well, and it was extremely crucial. So basically, that's going to make this game even more exciting today, as Aubrey likes to run the football. They don't have a huge passing game. They may try to come out and do something a little different today.
Pass when they have to.
When they have to. But that's not their go-to. Now, keep in mind, I said that, Gilmer statistically this year, we used to be very balanced, 50-50 run-pass, right? This year it's been more like 61-39. Gilmer has run the ball a lot more. And is there a reason for that, Todd, that you can think of?
Yeah, he wears number 1.
Exactly.
Will Henderson right now through 11 games is 151 yards away from Justin Johnson's 2007 single-season record of 2,171 yards, which basically took Bus 14 games to accomplish. Will's could have that in the first half.
Yeah.
Could have that in the first half.
And here's the other thing you got to think about, and not only number 1, but you also got to think about number 14, DeVray Smith. I mean, you talk about the best backup running back in the state of Texas.
I'm not even calling him a backup.
I know.
I call him
It's
1A.
Exactly. He's literally starting in any other team in 4A. He's just going to be the starting running back. He just happens to be behind the fastest guy, fastest senior in America, and running the 10-200 meter. And I don't know what DeVay's 100 time is, but he's probably a high,
I tell you
10-9.
It's called fast enough because anybody caught him either.
Well, and he's a strong runner. He runs up in there hard. He runs with anger and a lot of aggression. He runs more like an Earl Campbell style, whereas you think about Will runs more like an Eric Dickerson type. You know, he's fast, long stride, the whole deal. So we've got 2 different styles of running. And by the way, that might come into play here depending on which one is more effective against this defense.
That's exactly right. Well, and also, I don't think you're going to see 60-30. That's pretty much where you want to be from a balance standpoint because it means you're moving the chains. Obviously, the Buckeyes averaging 8.9 yards per play moves the chains.
Say that one more time.
8.9 yards.
See, that's
per
unbelievable.
Play. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy. Offensive efficiency is what that statistic is called. But Jeff, today, just because of the way Aubrey plays defense, if they come out and do what they've done on film all year long, Caden Tennyson may have 400 yards passing, and I'm telling you, watch out for number 3, number 7, and number 13 today, as those guys have an opportunity to catch a lot of balls and catch a lot of deep balls. Also, look for 2 keys that I'm going to tell you. Number 1, trips. When we line up in trips, we force man-to-man coverage on the backside, which is against Tarek Tate, and good luck on that one. And the other thing is that it creates a scenario where when you are covering match quarters and you got to defend all the way back to the goal line, you're taught that if somebody crosses your face, you go with that man. That allows what's called a wheel route, which is in this case truly the wheel route, number 1, coming out of the backfield and catching the ball, and you know what happens when he gets in space. You can just forget it.
Yeah, you're going to see them try to create that scenario several times today. You got 2 good coaching staffs going against 2 great football teams today, so this is going to be a good matchup as we have a barn burner of a game going on over in Pine Tree today. I think it's 28-21 right now. Carthage just scored to get 21. So Pine Tree Stadium has a heck of a game, sold out game today as Pleasant Grove Hawks are taking on the Carthage Bulldogs and ahead by 7 right now. So,
and the winner will play the winner of this game, which is why, just so everybody out there listening, is why it's so important. So it is going to be a war. I hope it is. I hope it goes to quintuple overtime, and the final score is 98-97, finishing sometime Monday morning. That's what we're hoping for.
That's exactly right. What we want is exhaustion from the other team, and so that's a great matchup. That could very well. That's the number 1 versus the number 2 team in the state today. The state championship is actually being played, and they just tied it up. My son's keeping us posted here. Carthage just tied it up 28-all. But that would really be the great state championship this year. I gotta say it. Now I hope that we get a hold to one of those guys next week and pull out a miracle game and beat whoever we're up against. There's 6 minutes left to play in the 4th quarter in that game, and they're tied 28-all. Wouldn't that be a great game to be watching now?
I got one word for you on Thanksgiving: overtime. Let's keep them coming. I want to see one of those Aggie game classics where they play for the next 7 hours, and literally kids, I want them to take a break sometime at 9 o'clock tonight to make a Whataburger run to feed those kids. That's what I want to have happen in that game.
Yeah, so we're lining up here. The Buckeyes have made their way out on the field, and the Aubrey Chaparrals, they call them the Chaps for short, have made their way on the field, and so they're getting ready for the national anthem, and we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with a kickoff for this football game this afternoon. We'll be right back.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000 mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000 mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank. That's my bank.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
All right, we are back to the action here in Commerce, Texas, at the Ernest Hawkins Field here at Texas A&M Commerce. And we got our captains out at midfield. It is a beautiful day for football out here. Nice and brisk, probably low 60s, I'm guessing. And it is just a perfect day for football. And both teams squaring off at midfield. And Todd, you mentioned that they had already done the coin flip, so this must be ceremonial.
Yes, and it is.
The Buckeyes will be receiving the ball, but unfortunately, they will be headed
into the sun.
Into the sun.
Here's the beautiful part. It's only in Caden's eyes. The rest of the guys are turning around, and the sun is behind them. Yeah. So I think they fell for that. I'm perfectly okay with that, but I'm also perfectly okay with getting the ball first. And really, Jeff, it's a matter of mathematics when you talk about playoff football. First of all, how many possessions are they going to get versus how many possessions are we going to get? And that is why turnovers play such a big role. Obviously, the Buckeyes with 3 turnovers last week almost gave a game away that really they should not even really have been a game.
No.
And in this case, with Aubrey, they beat the Van Vandals last week. Most of that game turned on a pick 6 that they had right before the second quarter started, and they ran off and never looked back from Van. Van didn't play their best game by any means, but I think in this case, getting great execution and starting off fast is going to be important for the Buckeyes. I want to look up in the first quarter and have at least 14 points on the board, especially offensive execution. Quarterback play is going to be important. Caden taking care of the ball, making sure that we're throwing and catching the ball well, and then on defense, tackle. It's just it's a veer.
That's been the story all year.
It is
just
wing
tackle.
T offense.
You got to tackle.
Offense, just go tackle the football.
You're third round deep. You have got to be able to tackle. And for those of you that are just joining us, as the game's getting ready for our kickoff here, folks, you're in for a track meet. The Gilmer Buckeyes won state track in 2023, and guess who was second place? The Aubrey Chaparrals. So this is going to be a fast game today as the kickoff hits the 10-yard line and bounces through the back of the end zone, which will bring the ball out 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Gilmer Buckeye offense. So here comes Will Henderson and Caden Tennyson and this big offensive staff that's done such a good job this year, averaging over 600 yards per game. Our offense has been explosive. It's arguably the best, if not the definitely second best offense that we've ever had in Gilmer statistically.
Jeff, circle number 9, he is right playing inside tackle. That is who the Buckeyes essentially want to try to avoid, but you watch this coverage and trips. First thing that you see out of the box.
All right, let's see what the Buckeyes decide to do right from the get-go. They're going to go to the air, dropping back deep, setting up a beautiful screen, complete to number 1, Will Henderson, flag on the play, and big gain. That was a 20-yard gain there by Will Henderson.
Yeah, we're going to get a holding penalty, unfortunately, that comes back. That's going to bring us back. That's thrown against Brennan Webb on that hold. That's going to bring us back probably to first down and about 8. So this crew is from Houston, Texas. Bill Stevens, the referee. Brian Raines, the umpire. The headline judge, Steve Perota. John Ferris, the line judge. Side judge, Larry Houston. Brian Gorman, the field judge. And the back judge is Derek Wilson. So they are a Houston crew. Got to visit with them a little bit before the game today as they arrived. And they were looking forward to seeing what this Buckeye team was all about. They've heard of us, let's put it that way.
All right, so that's going to end up, instead of being 20 yards positive, that's going to be 4 yards positive. So here we are, repeat. Well, this should be still second down, right?
No, first down.
This is first down. First down and 7. Going to the air. It's a go route, and it is going to fall incomplete. No flags on the play. Buckeye fans not happy. They felt like they should have had an interference call on that. I thought it looked pretty clean from my angle anyway.
Well, Jeff, we see it already, right? Match quarters, this is what happens. You leave yourself vulnerable, as Brennan Webb had run by his man and just let him a little bit too much on the inside. You see Tarek Tate out there with their big athlete number 1. He's the burner that they're going to match up with Tarek Tate all night long, man-to-man. Second down and 7 for the Buckeyes.
All right, motion by the G-man. Fakes the handoff. Got a quick pass around the right side, and that is not going to go anywhere. In fact, they're going to lose yardage and have to bring up third down here. And I've not seen that much this year, if we've seen it at all. That play just takes a long time to develop, gives the defense plenty of time to get around there. So now we're back to the original line of scrimmage. We're on the 25-yard line. It is 3rd and 10. Buckeyes have got to convert here to keep this drive alive. Backfield's empty. Dropping back, looking to pass. It's batted down and luckily not picked off, because that could have been a pick 6 to start this game. And Buckeyes going to have to punt.
Yeah, that's just a screen pass, and again, I think that swing pass out to Jeremiah was kind of a setup play, because you notice we threw it backwards. That was definitely a backwards pass. So not the start that the Buckeyes wanted. Obviously, the penalty flags did not help and didn't convert on the deep shot. And again, execution and quarterback play. Their quarterback, number 3, is also their starting defensive end, Jeff. He's 6'4". He got up in the air there and batted that down. That was going to be a screen pass to Tarek Tate, but quite frankly, they probably had that covered anyway. Buckeyes to punt here in their first possession.
Well, this is going to be nearly guaranteed good field position, as we're punting from our own 12, 13-yard line, and that is a great punt there by Braden Pate. Flips the field all the way down to their 25. And that is fantastic. I mean, what a punt. He punts from his own, 10, 12-yard line all the way down?
That is a 50-yard punt.
Wow. And, boy, we needed that at that point in the game, so great job there. Let's talk about that. Braden Pate has been so effective this year with the kicking game, not only with the points he scored, 2 games he won the last 10 seconds of the game, but also just his placement of kicks on the field and punts.
Yeah, punting away from the receiver and got the roll. Huge weapon for the Buckeyes all year long. And Jeff, we will now see this wing T offense here from the Chaparrals.
All right, under center. Here's the handoff. Quick pitch to the left side, trying to get outside. He can't get outside, but he does pick up positive yardage as he gets all the way down around 8 yards on the carry.
And that's what they'll try to do. They try to create those 45-degree creases and try to pick up 8 yards here. They'll run 25 yards to pick up 6 all day long, trying to outflank the Buckeyes and get wide, run left, run wide, right. That is really what the wing T offense is designed to do. And then they'll turn around and hand that ball back off into a cross-buck action and a trap play.
Yeah, they like to run traps. You'll see a lot of that today. See how tight they are in there. And here they are, they're turning around, and the Buckeyes are all over this one. Going to stop them right at the line of scrimmage. That is no gain, maybe a loss to yard. And that's going to bring up 3rd and short for the Chaparrals.
Yeah, it is important for the Buckeyes to get penetration here and make sure that they get them before they get going. Again, number 3 is a great big quarterback. He will keep the ball. But number 1 and number 10, especially number 10, is kind of the offense. Watch him coming around the near side here out of his halfback position.
Okay, 3rd and 2. Buckeyes stop it here. They can force them to punt. They're going to go to the air. They're looking downfield. They go, and it is incomplete, covered by number 13 Jeremiah Noble. And Jeremiah doesn't turn back, but he does get his hands in the air, and it is just slightly overthrown. So that is going to bring up 4th and 2. Chaparrals will have to punt as they don't want to turn the ball over, certainly at the 33-yard line.
So both opening drives end in a 3 and out for both teams. You got to watch for the fake here if you're the Buckeyes. But number 7, Brennan Webb, standing back at his own 40-yard line, should be good field position for the Buckeyes to start this next drive.
All right, low snap, and they're going to get it off. Not a bad punt. Going to hit the ground and take a big chap punt. So we have just played a tennis match here, back and forth. Buckeyes are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line, and hopefully can get some momentum going. Now, we haven't even seen a handoff yet to Will in that whole first series. How many times this year have you seen the opening series where Will doesn't touch the ball other than the screen pass he caught?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's going to be more like 50-50 today in terms of run pass, because with this match quarters defense in the back end, they're just giving you and daring you to throw the big play over the top of their heads, and of course the Buckeyes can do that. Here's another little wrinkle, and I think you will see a run play right here, Jeff. We've watched too much practice and seen this one.
All right, here comes the snap. And it's a quick pitch out to the left side. Will Henderson gets out in space, and they do a good job of getting on that quick. And I like that. I've been calling for that all year this year, is let's get Will the ball as fast as we can, already, a step or two ahead, and get him out around the left side. Most times, he's going to turn that into something. 3 yards on that one, 2nd and 7 for the Buckeyes. Will Henderson in the backfield from the shotgun. Here's the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Will picks up a huge block, and look at this, down the sideline, all the way to the house, and that is Caden Tennyson to the 5, to the goal line, and touchdown Buckeyes because of the big block by Will Henderson.
Man, Will destroyed that cornerback coming up, and of course, we got the edge. That's what happens when you run guys off and you get the edge. The Buckeyes specifically put that play in practice this week, knowing that's a quarterback keeper the whole way. That is a sweet play.
There is nothing wrong with running Caden Tennyson around the corner. As many times, I'd do that 10 more times today.
Yeah, they obviously, when they get outflanked, there's nobody home, and that's because of their back end coverage. This is why I say that Aubrey is susceptible to the big play. 75 yards in 3 plays. That is the kind of drive the Buckeyes want to see.
All right, extra point is good. And so Buckeyes strike first. They're on the scoreboard. It is 7-0 with 8:33 left to play in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, we are back. Ernest Hawkins Field, Commerce, Texas, on a beautiful day where the Buckeyes have just scored their first touchdown with 8:33 left to play in the first quarter. And who knew, Todd, the old 1986 quarterback bootleg to the left side would put
Newt Rockney, student body left. And let me tell you, that Caden Tennyson had one man to beat, but Will Henderson absolutely
he floored the corner.
That
you could see it setting up too. You saw him come out of the backfield, and you're like, if he gets this block, this could go all the way, and it did. So here comes the big leg of number 32, Pate, set to kick off, and he is going to kick it deep, and they're going to let it go out of bounds over to the left side, and so they're going to start off with good field position to start this next series.
Well, Jeff, we didn't talk about it in the first series, but how important is first down? They got 8 yards on the first down the last drive. That is not what you want to see on first down against a team that runs wing T. You want to get them into second and especially third and long situations because
force them to have to pass.
Exactly, because we saw they pass when they have to, and you got a 6 foot 4 inch quarterback that really is a defensive end. He throws the ball kind of like my wife does. I mean, it kind of comes from way down in the side.
Listen, I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm leaving that one alone.
My wife may be a better passer than him.
All right, up the middle. Fullback running hard, and that's exactly what they got again. 8 yards on first down. And so the Buckeyes are going to have their work cut out for them for these next 2 plays because they're going to try that same play. Look for a trap right here or some type of dive. They do a lot of misdirection, Todd, on their offense.
Yeah, not a lot of things that you want to see from 2nd down and 3, but this is if they take a shot where they will take the shot. But normally, they're going to try to outflank you and watch for number 10 on the carry right here, Jeff. This is their bread and butter.
All right, that big defensive line of Gilmer coming up hard. They got the corner, and they picked up the first down with a 5-yard run. And that was 1st and 10. Ball's going to be on the 43-yard line. So they're going to move the chains for the first time today.
Yeah, that's number 10 on the carry. You've seen that on film just too many times.
Well, number 10, he's one of their...
He's the 200-meter guy.
He's the 200-meter guy. He can fly.
And number 1 can as well. That's their 2 speedsters. Both of them on the medalist from a mile relay standpoint. But he is their power back. He is big. He's probably 220 pounds, and he runs about a 22 flat 200 meter.
All right, quick pitch to the left side. Buckeyes in pursuit. Trip him up. He maybe picks up a yard on the fall. In fact, they're going to say he fell at the original line of scrimmage, so that is a great job. I didn't see what Buckeye tripped him up, but
yeah, that's the outside linebacker there. I think that's number.
It was a great effort.
Yeah, number 5 out there. I think that's Cam Brown that is out there wide for us. Maybe that's Demarion Hackett. I'm not sure. It's our outside defensive end that kept contained and managed to just trip him up. Jeff,
running down from behind.
That's a 20-yard gain if he does not make that.
All right, they got 3 wide outs. They're going to do a little outside, trying to get that corner on the Buckeyes. They pick up 5 yards on that one. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Not exactly where they want to be, because what do you do here, Todd? You don't like going to the air, but you may have to because that Buckeye defense playing tough up in the line of scrimmage. Can they get 5 yards on the ground? If you're the coach, what do you do here?
They run the ball. They're going to run the ball. Thinking if I can get it within 4th and 2, I'm going to go for it.
You really think they can go for it on the 50-yard line?
I do. I think they're going to try to stay in this game. They cannot afford for the Buckeyes to get out.
I would never give the Buckeyes the ball on the 50-yard line. Surely they wouldn't.
I think that's what their coach will do here, but watch them to run the ball here.
All right. They hand off up the middle, and Buckeyes stuff it and just push him back. He got maybe a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th and 3. I say there's no way they're going for it right here.
I hope they punt it right here. That was just not quite close enough. Punting comes on the field.
I nearly thought I saw a face mask in there on us. It did not get called. I don't know if I did or not. I have to watch it on the replay.
Well, the Houston officials, Jeff, they actually they'll call holds, but they run generally will let the guys play, which is a good thing, I think, in terms of the matchup and style, because we want to play a physical brand of defense, as you just seen, and that flags can make all the difference if you don't execute.
All right, they're going to get off a terrible punt. Goes to the left side, and that is a punt of about 15 yards. And that is great for the Buckeyes. Absolute terrible punt by their quarterback, number 3, as that ball goes out of bounds after only 15 yards. And so the Buckeyes starting over. Great field position here. 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line.
5:40. 31-28.
31-28, Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove has the ball.
Pleasant Grove has the ball. There can't be much time left in that game. Get my son Braden to give me a report here, and we'll bring that to you. Here's the snap for the Buckeyes. Handoff up the middle. Henderson fighting his way forward. Nice run by Henderson. Picks up about 5 yards on the carry. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and I really did expect for Pleasant Grove to kind of come out on top. They're just bigger, faster, stronger than Carthage on all fronts. But you can't underestimate the heart of a champion, and Pleasant Grove is going to knock off the state champion if they manage to win today.
All right, empty backfield. Now they put Will in motion. He comes back to the backfield. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff, looking to pass. Draw. And not much there as the linebackers fumble on the play. Buckeyes evidently recover, but linebacker does a good job not buying that. He sits there in the middle of the field And they played that defensively as well as it can be played. 3rd and 6 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they jump back into zone. They're not playing match quarters there. This is an adjustment that they've made for the Buckeyes in passing situations, is they're walking the linebackers outside in what we call playing triangles on both corners, which means that they've got 2 deep safeties and the linebacker in the middle. And this is exactly how you attack it. You go to a bunch formation.
All right, they're showing blitz up front. Will Henderson goes in motion. They snap it right to Will. What a gutsy football play. He gets the first down, and I hope they never run that again, ever.
That was not on purpose.
That scared me to death.
That was not on purpose.
They snap the ball, and Will takes the snap.
Yeah, the snap was a little late. It was supposed to go to Caden to hand off to Will, but they snapped it late. And
I don't know.
Saying, I'm going to be past you. So
boy, that looked intentional to me. If it was,
I hope
we never run that again.
Well, I'll take the first down for sure.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of the Buckeyes. And they are loaded left. 2 receivers to the right. Will goes in motion. Quick pass, complete to Will Henderson. Catches the outside. Big yards. Barely dragged down at the last minute after the first down. Buckeyes moving the chains again.
I will tell you that for that entire group over there in blue, including coaches, that's the first front row seat to real fast. Because when Will
they're used to real fast. For those of you that are just joining us, the Gilmer Buckeyes won state track meet this year in 2023, and guess who was number 2? Silver medalist was Aubrey by 1 point. So a lot of fast kids on the field today, which is making this a very interesting contest. Buckeyes shift to the left side, wide side of the field. Will Henderson back deep, dropping back. Tennyson going for it all the way to the end zone. Overthrown by about 2 yards, and that was intended for Brandon Webb, and he just could not get there in time. Nice ball there by Tennyson, just a little too much.
This is we've said all pregame, Jeff. We will have the shots down the field. That was one that we just missed because Brandon was wide open. And we just didn't put enough air under the ball. Normally that's not Caden's problem, but it brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 37-yard line of Aubrey. Need a positive play right here.
All right, Buckeyes stacking everything tight and to the right side. Hand off to Will, right side, and they are going to drag him down for a loss. Great defensive play by Aubrey. And that is going to bring up 2nd and about 15 for the Buckeyes. 3rd, and 15. So we're going to have to go to the air here.
Yeah, this may also be a 4-down territory play right here, Jeff. If we can pick up 7, watch out for number 3 to Eric Tate. Just walked out on the side of the field.
Yeah, watch him. He walked out there. This is going to Eric. I don't think there's any question. This is to Eric Tate right here. I'd love to see a post right here. Here's the snap. Dropping back to Eric Tate. Outside route. He's going to pick up the first down. Down to the 20.
Yeah, we've watched a lot of Buckeye football, haven't we? You just kind of know when they call to Eric and he goes in, runs a fantastic route, faking the post, and then just runs the out route. And again,
I really thought they'd go up on the post right there, but they had a safety sitting in the middle. They want to try to take that away. Eric just cuts to the outside and picks up the big first down. That was huge. Here's the snap, handoff up the middle. Will fakes the handoff. And then I thought Will had the ball, so I didn't see it. Looks like we just got tackled from behind.
Tackled in the backfield by Xavier McCoy.
Yeah, Xavier McCoy, number 9. We talked about it the whole day. He is their bread and butter in terms of defensive pressure, and that should have been a give. I'm not sure if that was a bad read by Caden, but number 9 is coming straight for the quarterback every play. There's nothing fancy. They don't do twists or stunts or anything else. He just basically beats the man in front of him and gets penetration. And that brings up another 2nd down and long for the
2nd
Buckeyes.
and 12. Smith just checked into the game, into the backfield. Handoff up the middle. Smith running hard, picks up about 5 yards on the carry, maybe 6.
That brings up 3rd down and manageable and gets us into field goal range.
3rd and 7.
2 minutes left now in this first quarter. Buckeyes lead 7-0, knocking on the door. Now we are in the red zone. 2nd and 6 from the 19. Now it's just, or 3rd and 6 from the 19. It's just about execution, Jeff. This is the critical part of the game here where the Buckeyes just have to make sure that we're doing the little things right and moving the chains.
All right. We got a timeout on the field, and this is going to be timeout. Was it timeout Buckeyes?
Yeah, Gilmer takes a timeout. Coach Metzel takes a timeout. And we'll take a quick timeout as well and be right back after these messages.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
All right, Buckeyes, come on.
Let's execute, guys.
We are back. We are back to the action. Ernest Hawkins Field, Commerce, Texas, an hour and a half from the big city of Gilmer, Texas. Gilmer Buckeyes just took a timeout. They know how important this is. We're looking at 3rd and 6, ball spotted on the 19-yard line. They want to get 6 out of this, so they are talking it over and taking every single second of this timeout. And so it makes you wonder what from the back of the playbook you're about to see, Todd.
Yeah, I really think it's probably trying to get somebody out into the flat because when you're playing match quarters, this is the bend don't break philosophy defensively for Aubrey. In other words, they don't have as much green grass to defend. So you're going to have more defenders in the area. They're going to try to keep everything in front of them as much as they can. But offensively for the Buckeyes, you want to get the ball into the hands of the athletes. Normally that is trying to be to the wide side of the field here, use Will's speed. And outflanking Aubrey is a difficult task, but it's even more difficult when those safeties are up close.
Yeah, we got the coaches. Is that Metzel? Metzel, I got the sun in my eyes. It's hard to see it. Metzel's down here having a long conversation with the referee, and it's one of the reasons he called the timeout. He went over and talked to the referee, and now he's talking to him again. I think we're fixing to see something out of the black of the playbook here, and he's saying, hey, watch for this, because what we're going to do, you're going to possibly question. I don't know.
Well, Will comes out of the game, and Gervais stays in the game, and obviously he is so capable, especially running tough. But we want to get positive yards here because if we have to go for it on fourth down.
I'm going to the G-man right here. That would be my call. They're going to hand off up the middle, and maybe we're going to settle for 3 here because that was after a timeout. That wasn't.
Yeah, only a 2-yard pickup. We're going to kick the field goal here, Jeff. I think there's no question.
Yeah, they're going to kick.
A minute 28 left in the first quarter, and Pate, number 32, comes on to kick what looks like it's going to be a 34-yard field goal. Obviously very capable of that, and trying to take the Buckeyes up 10-0 and trying to score on 2 of the first 3 opening drives. That was one that the Buckeyes dearly would love to have 7 points on.
Yeah, and need 7 points right off the bat. You want to get up 2 big scores, and the kick is up. It's got enough distance, but I can't tell. It's in the sun. Yes, it is good. So Buckeyes up 3 more points. That is 10-0 with 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Buckeyes on top. We'll be right back after these messages.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
All right, we are here. Kickoff for the Buckeyes. It's kicked and received. High pooch kick, fielded on about the 27-yard line, and they get a nice return out to the 40-yard line. And so Jeff, that is good field position for the Chaparrals.
Yeah, they'll start their 3rd possession. They've done nothing but go 3 and out so far against this black flag defense. That last drive by the Buckeyes was 8 plays, 67 yards, and effective because it got points, but not the kind of points the Buckeyes want to see with just a field goal. 10-0, and obviously taking full advantage of every opportunity is key. Because if the Chaparrals have an opportunity to go down and score, they are now within striking distance of the lead. The Buckeyes would like to have this as a 14-point lead now, but you'll take what you can get.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback keeper, left side. And we have a different quarterback in the game. That was number 2 that checked in.
That's actually number 12. That's Jaden Bogar.
Oh, at 12, I'm sorry.
Jeff, he is the running quarterback. He's the guy that they want to try to give kind of a breather to number 3, Brock Temple, who plays both ways. And I mean, he plays every snap on defense. So he will come out and get a breather here on offense. Obviously, the offensive side of the ball playing quarterback is not that important. He's just a distributor of the ball. So executing the offense is what 12 is up to here.
All right, there's the handoff on a jet sweep. Big gain for the Chaparrals, right side. Finally forced out of bounds after a 25-yard gain.
Yeah, and you know, number 22 there for the Gilmer Buckeyes. Of course, that's Trillian Butler, just got tackled, and there is no call, and that is a huge no call for a 22-yard gain.
Yeah, that's how they got freed up around the right side.
Yeah, the Buckeye fans letting the referees have it, but that one's pretty obvious and does not get called by the white hat. And again, we told them that they'll let them play, but if they let them do that, the Buckeyes are going to have a hard time keeping Aubrey contained when you just get tackled on the outside linebacker.
Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper, right side, running up the middle, and he throws that long body out there for another big gain. That's a gain of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. And they are down here in dangerous territory, the 27-yard line. And that is the end of the first quarter with the Buckeyes leading 10-0. Chaparrals have the ball dangerously into Buckeye territory. We'll be right back after this message. Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We are conveniently located on Highway 271 and Redbud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all of the teachers, administration, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We would also like to wish all of the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
It's gonna be all
right, we are back here. Todd.
First play of the second quarter, Jeff, finds the Chaparrals 2nd down, and let's call it 4 from the Buckeye 27. And that big flip play of 25 yards to number 1, Tyler Brown, the speedster, on a questionable no call, but they will try to do that every time.
Well, Brown goes in motion again. Another quarterback keeper up the middle, and he falls forward. This guy's tall. He's like 6'4", and he falls forward. All he has to do is fall over, and he's got 3 yards. 3rd and short. We're looking at 3rd and 2. Ball on the 24-yard line of the Buckeyes. So if the defense are going to bow their necks, now's the time.
Yeah, and you do not want to give up a long drive. This drive already has eaten about 5 minutes off the clock, Jeff. And 3rd down opportunities don't come along very often. Unfortunately, it's 3rd and short, but look for the quarterback to keep the ball here.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback keeper, left side. Buckeyes got him. And they're going to drop him for a loss, and that is huge.
That is number 9. That is Cam Brown. And number 54, that is big Tyler Hagler. And this is going to be no man's land for them. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 4, and this is the time, Jeff, that the Gilmer Buckeyes are going to have to stand up, get penetration, beat the man in front of you, and tackle the football. Because
that was a loss of 2 yards, so it's going to bring up 4th and 4 now.
Yeah, they will. This might be a pass right here, Jeff. But number 12 is a running quarterback, and you can see he is not scared to basically put his foot in the ground. And it's going to be up to those big guys up front for the Buckeyes to try to get some penetration.
Look for the trap right here. They may send number 1 in motion. Nope. Quarterback keeper, right side. He's going to pick up the 1st down, possibly. I think he got to the 20. He got the 1st down.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. As that's just blocked down, kick out off tackle. And number 12 is going to be about half the offense when he's in the game. He is going to be the guy that's going to keep the ball. and you can see the confidence they have in him, and they pick up a first down. They have an opportunity to eat some more clock, Jeff, and this is why you see on the last drive the Buckeyes would have dearly loved a touchdown, because if they go here and score, they're going to eat a whole lot of clock and be within 3 points, and that's exactly where they want to be.
Yeah, we're now into the second quarter, obviously, as you can see on your screen there. And 1st and 10 from the 20. And let's see what they've got. 2 receivers to the right, 2 left. Dropping back, looking to pass. Quick route. Caught. Got burned on the first one. Touchdown, Chaparrals.
Yeah, that is just a really bad job on number 21's part for the Buckeyes. Amari Morton, who just does not make the tackle. That's number 1, Tyler Brown. He's the speedster. And the good news there, Jeff, is they score quickly. I mean, obviously, you don't want them to score, but if you got to give up a touchdown, you do not want them to eat a whole bunch of clock doing that, as the Chaparrals get on the board to make this a game 10-6. That's just a simple out route where he just spins out of a tackle and goes and scores.
Extra point is good. So Chaparrals, we called it. I said I think this score is going to be something like 49-28. So we expect them to be on the board a few times today. They've got a good offense. The Buckeyes are just going to have to score more frequently than they do.
Yeah, let's look at first quarter statistics. The Buckeyes, 9 plays for 96 yards, 1 TD, 0 fumbles. Aubrey, 10 plays for 60 yards, no fumbles. Buckeyes, 4 of 7 passing for 55 yards, none for Aubrey. For 103 total yards for the Buckeyes, which on 3 possessions is a little bit less than you would think, but time of possession, the Buckeyes dominant in the first quarter, 6:36, and of course they won that quarter 10-0. So far, 7-0. The Aubrey Chaparrals are winning the second quarter after, let's say, 1 minute and 58 seconds here, as we get the update that the Carthage Bulldogs are knocking on the door.
They just had a touchdown.
They just scored to take the lead, so unfortunately it's not going to be quintuple overtime.
Yeah, so it's going to be now 35-28. And that game's getting close to the end. So Pleasant Grove, if they want to stay in it, they're going to have to get the ball, get down the field quick, and score. And that wouldn't leave much time. Now let's see what they're doing here. Little quick kick. They're going to field it on the 8-yard line. Number 7, Webb, and they are all over him.
Got a flag down.
Got a flag down as he gets back out to about the 25-yard line. We'll wait for the call from the official.
You know, this is the stuff that you just don't want to see, which is these. If you're not going to call a hold, which the guy got tackled to give up 22 points, all of a sudden now you want to call a tic-tac foul on some kind of a special teams play. That's probably going to be against the Buckeyes and back them up. But again, if you're going to call it, how about calling it on the plays that matter? Because that one was well covered. That's just going to put the Buckeyes into a hole, probably down close to their own 12-yard line. I'm sorry, that back 20-yard line is where they marked that.
Yeah, well, that's about where he got, so they're going to back it up. Yeah, there they go. Holding is the call against the Buckeyes. It's going to put them down on the 10-yard line.
Yeah, now the sun, Jeff, really when you're trying to take these deep shots is we can't see a thing.
Well, you have to go to the left side of the field where the shadow is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you throw a go route on the right side of the field is just impossible. Low snap, drops back. They dump it out to Jeremiah Noble. He's good for about 8 or 9 yards on that reception.
May even pick up a first down on that play. Yeah, I think they're going to move it's going to be second down and about a foot.
Pickup of 9, second down 1.
First drive of this second quarter for the Buckeyes. Trips out to the left-hand side, and Jeff, that's the formation you're going to see a lot against Aubrey.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, Henderson. And Henderson is going to fall forward for the first down. Now look, my son just sent me an update here. He's saying 34-31 with 4 minutes. I wonder if they went for 2 and didn't get it, or if they missed the extra point.
Yeah,
over in Carthage.
Over in Pine Tree where they're playing that game. But
yeah, because look at what that does now. Your 3-point game.
Field goal
ties it if that's the case.
We know Pleasant Grove's got a field goal kicker as well.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff again. Up the middle. Henderson fighting his way forward. Nice run, 8 yards on the carry. And that is the exact average, actually, or a little under the average. That was 7 yards. Buckeyes averaging 8.6 yards per carry this year.
That's a really good patient run up the middle by Will, showing his toughness. Picks up 6 on first down and keep the Buckeyes ahead of the chains with 8:36 left to play in this first half. Buckeyes lead 10-7.
All right, here's the snap, low snap, dropping back, trying to set up the screen, and it is not there, and he is forced to throw it away as Chaparrals read that one and said, nope, not doing that to us again.
Yeah, the screen passes are either going to have to be sold a lot better or just go away from that screen game, because the Chaparrals, with those 4 guys coming forward every single play, led by number 9, we talked about him, Xavier McCoy, he can beat his man anytime that he wants. He's just a Division I college player who's playing on the defensive line, and those are massive guys up front. Right now, the Buckeyes just need to focus on moving the chains here. They do not want to give it right back to the Chaparrals here with momentum.
Okay, we got 3rd and 4. They shift everybody to the left side. That's the wide side of the field. Flag on the play. And Buckeyes are motioning. Normally that's an illegal procedure call, but Buckeyes are saying, did they make contact?
Yeah, he reached across and hit the football.
Oh,
that's going to be
okay.
offsides and give the Buckeyes a first down.
Well, that's a lucky break. We got our yardage back. It's only 5, but I'll take it.
Yeah, more importantly, we pick up a first down now with 8:26 left to play in the first half. Again, 10 big points on the board for the Buckeyes, but this is the first drive of the second quarter.
What are you calling right here? I'm calling fly pattern left side. Tarek Tate. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Good call. 10-yard run. They're going to give him 9.
Yeah, very good patience. Trying to take advantage of those guys coming straight up the field, especially number 9, as Caden Tennyson just put his head down and ran right by all 4 of those guys, and he was in the second level before they knew where the ball was. Second is short, right where the Buckeyes want to be.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Low snap. That's getting me concerned. And that is a great catch there by number 13.
Jeremiah Noble.
Jeremiah Noble reaches out and drags it, keeps his feet in bounds. Big first down and across midfield now to the 44 of the Chaparrals.
That is a massive play by the G-man there, reaching out and catching that ball, all hands, and keeping his body under control.
Yeah.
That is a skillful
Especially
play.
with a low snap where he had to pick it up and deliver that ball so quickly. Handoff, Will Henderson, left side, got room, bounces out through the seam, almost. He gets down to the 35-yard line, nearly a first down.
As the shadows creep across the field and the Buckeyes now do not have to contend with that sun, that is a good sign. As 2nd down and 1, once again, Jeff, this is exactly the kind of drive that the Buckeyes wanted to mount here, that hopefully ends in positive points.
All right, a lot of momentum on the offensive side of the ball now. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. And they send Bell in motion. Handoff, Will Henderson gets the first down, moves the chains again. Buckeyes eating clock and moving the ball down the field. 7:15 left to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, just well under control right here, and stealing the momentum back. Remember, we started this drive with that holding call, Jeff, all the way back inside of our own 20. This is going to be an 80-plus yard drive if we can hit pay dirt here. But 1st and 10, right where the Buckeyes want to be, at the 33-yard line of the Chaparrals.
Okay, Buckeyes have some motion. Here's the snap. Dropping back, going long. Down the sideline, good coverage, and batted away. That was great defense there by number 1 for the Chaparrals.
Yeah, that is their burner, Tyler Brown, against Eric Tate. Man-to-man, that's their best athlete against our best athlete. And that's one that you just have to take the shot when they play man-to-man. To Eric there is looking for a back shoulder throw, and that's just well played. You notice that he goes everywhere to Eric goes. He's man-to-man on Eric all over the field.
All right, here we go, Buckeyes. Looking at 2nd and 10. Motion. Handoff, number 7. Around the right side, got some room, dodges tackles, and picks up a nice 7-yard run there. Number 7 picks up 7.
Yeah, Brendan Webb doing a good job there following his blockers.
You know, I think if he would have actually turned on the jets, he might have got around the corner there. He was trying to let his blockers get out in front of him, but I think he could have got the corner.
Yeah, you saw him kind of just trying to keep his feet. But we'll take 3rd down and 3 on 4-down territory. 6:43 left, about halfway through this second quarter, and 6 minutes away from halftime. as the Buckeyes driving and really need to pick up this first down here.
All right, Aaron Bell in the backfield.
Big number 0 in the backfield. You know what's coming there.
Well, and they do too. They've watched film as well. And so they bring Bates in at the slot. They hand off to Bell, and they're on him immediately. And again, these guys watch film too. Bell is going to fall forward after the scrum and be close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be just a little shy, depending on the mark.
Yeah, Eric. Well,
yeah, that's
Aaron Bell lost his helmet.
They did that. They watched that on film.
Yeah.
They said anytime 0's in there, just everybody go to 0, which by the way sets up some other opportunities for a quarterback bootleg and those kind of things.
4th down now and 1 for the Buckeyes. Got to find a way to pick this up.
All right, 4th and 1. Henderson's back in the game, dropping back, and they are going up in the air. Flags on the play. We can only hope
they're offsides.
That is against the Chaparrals. That was an interesting call. You got 4th and 1, and they go.
Well, that was because they jumped offsides. We took
a free shot.
Play. Yeah. Smart play there by Caden Tennyson, but you just see the skills right now of number 1 Tyler Brown, who has really managed to keep number 3 Tarek Tate in check, playing man-to-man all over the field. Wherever number 3 goes, number 1's following him. Now, here's the good news. That means he's not the focal point of the offense on the other side. They're trying to stop to Eric. He is also their number 1 running back. First down, Buckeyes.
All right, in the backfield, Will Henderson. Here's the snap, dropping back, looking to pass, going for the corner of the end zone. He's open. Touchdown. Number 7, Brennan Webb.
Great throw there by Caden Tennyson. That is an absolute strike.
Boy, that was a strike.
And Brennan Webb running right to the spot, and they just completely turned that safety around. You're supposed to get the deepest guy, Jeff. That is a coverage from the middle safety trying to get over there, and because the outside guy that Tarek Tate had run an out route, that locks everything else up, and the Buckeyes go up now 9 points with the extra point left to come. 6:07 left to play in this first half. That's a big touchdown drive there by the Buckeyes.
All right, with a minute and 49 seconds left, Carthage has the ball. Game's probably going to be over unless they fumble or something. It looks like Carthage may advance over PG.
Which, Jeff, actually I would really like to see because we've seen PG already once this year, and I've seen enough. Thank you very much.
Yeah, what a heck of a game that was in Longview today, evidently. So unless some miraculous thing happens, it looks like Carthage, ahead by 3, is going to take the win over the Pleasant Grove Hawks, who've had just a great year. That game could have went either way today.
Absolutely.
I mean, either way.
Buckeyes put together a 6-play, 90-yard drive, which takes 3 minutes and 55 seconds on that drive. So we got 6:07 to play, Jeff. 17-7. Let's talk about the rest of this first half, because we know that the Chaps are going to get the ball to start the second half. And they really are not designed, as we can already see, to score a lot of points really fast. So if the Buckeyes can get the ball back and put one more on the board to make it 24-7 going into halftime, that's exactly where the Buckeyes want to be. 6:07 left. There's just enough time to do that. Buckeyes 2 timeouts left. And tackling and executing on defense, which the Buckeyes have done a great job of so far, minus that last little screenplay that was a quick out route. Great job by number 1 Tyler Brown to score. But let's see if the Buckeyes can put together 6 good minutes to close out this half here.
All right, fielded on the 25, brought back on the left side. Nice return and forced out of bounds almost at midfield. And that was a great return there. By I hate kicking the ball high and short to a team that's got this kind of speed. It just makes me nervous. I kick a squib kick every play, if you ask me, which they don't. But these guys they're deadly on that side of the ball, just like we are. They've got the speed.
Yeah, that's number 6, Jeremiah Harper. He's the junior as well. And 3 out of the 4 relay members, a lot like Gilmer was last year, are juniors, which will be seniors coming back. Right now it's up to the Buckeye defense with 6:02 left to play here in this first half to try to get a big stop.
All right, ball's on the 50. They hand quarterback keeper. He's going to be knocked down, and I mean plowed by number 6 Dodd, who comes up. He was about to get tackled from behind, And Dodd just comes up from his safety position and just nails him.
Yeah, and Chaparral's really electing right here to go with the running quarterback, number 12. They scored the last time, so that's why they did it. But quite frankly, I think this is not a quarterback that's going to run away from the Buckeyes. If they recognize that he's a running threat, I think they can stop that pretty quickly.
All right, number 12, Bogar in at quarterback, going to the air. Throws a strike in the flats. Big yardage and a big hit by number 13, Jeremiah Noble. But that's a 13-yard gain and a first down. And they just flipped the field down here. They're on the 35-yard line. Buckeyes need to bow their necks right here.
Yeah, this is a critical drive for Aubrey to stay in this game, really, Jeff. They need to go down and score right here to answer back. They're down 10 points once again with 5:09 left in the first half. This is one of those drives that I think you look back on both sides, regardless of how things wind up today, and say this was a critical part of the game.
Yeah, it will be, because if you get down 3 scores, you're in a bind. They hand off number 1. He's going wide, and that is a big mistake. Got a flag on the play, and that'll be against Aubrey. A hold.
Well, the good news is that referee Bill Stevens actually knows what a hold call is. So I'm happy to see that that's actually the case and that he threw the flag, because that's going to turn a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 20 and move them all the way back.
Wait a minute, there's some confusion on the field. Is that a call against the Buckeyes? What could that be? No, he asked if we would take the penalty, or did we want to take the lost yardage, I believe. And it looks like we took the lost yardage.
Then the reason why is
it's
because the result of the play was a 5-yard loss.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. So we're going to take 2nd and 15 over 1st and 20. We're going to essentially say you're going to get 5 yards on the next play. Let's skip the next down.
I'd take that same call. Good call there by our head coach, Mr. Alan Metzel. Handoff, number 10, right side. He's got room. He's down the sideline and finally forced out of bounds. That was a great run. Almost a first down as he picked up about 13 yards on that carry. 3rd and 2 in Buckeye territory.
Yeah, that is just their bread and butter play, Jeff, is they're going to crease that with number 10. There's their bread and butter running back. That's Cagle. And right now the Buckeyes get ready for a zone play with number 12 here, keeping the ball. Jaden Boger, the quarterback for the Chaparrals. 4:45 left to play here in this first half, and a huge defensive opportunity here. Probably 4-down territory for Aubrey.
All right, they're looking at 3rd and 2 right here. Buckeyes have stood up and held them a couple of times on short distances. This will be a quarterback keeper. No, quick pass, number 10. They're on him quickly, but I believe he got to the first down marker. Probably going to get a first down call.
Yeah, they're going to bring number 9 out of a trips formation, and he's just going to block down on the end. They're just going to try to get a quick pitch and get number 10 out in space. That's 4th down and 1, Jeff. This is not
Wow,
a
he
first
didn't
down.
get to it. This is going to be interesting right here.
Yeah, this is a huge play in the game, Jeff.
Oh,
huge.
this is a big play right here. This will be surely a quarterback keeper. They know he's usually good for at least 1 or 2, so look for the quarterback to keep it here. They hand off to 10, and he's going to pick up the first down plus some.
Yeah,
nice hard run there by number 10.
Yeah, he's just a hard runner. He's been their bread and butter all year. And for the Buckeyes, unable to get the 4th down opportunity converted, and they push down into the shadow of the red zone. As we've got a final score, Carthage 34, Texarkana Pleasant Grove 31. So the Carthage Bulldogs advance to the next round and get the winner of this game. And I would say, Jeff, for the Buckeyes, that's probably really good news.
Well, we hope so. Let's get out of this game first. Yeah, let's get out of here first. All right. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeps it and running down the field. He had everybody in the stadium fooled on that one. And he gets down the first down and down inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. And Chaparrals are knocking on the door.
Yeah,
Buckeyes really need to bow their necks right here. A turnover, Todd, would be in order.
Or, quite frankly, if they score quickly and leave us enough time on the clock, what I don't want to happen is this to go in 17-14 at the half and the Chaparrals getting the ball to start the second half. Is they're going to run as much clock as they possibly can, trying to put it in the end zone here.
All right, let's see what they'll call. They're going to keep it on the ground. They don't want to risk putting it in the air. They're going to hand off number 10. He's got a hole, and he gets the touchdown.
Not a bad thing right now, Jeff, comparatively speaking, because they leave the Buckeyes 2 minutes and 57 seconds. And that winds up actually being almost an even matchup if we can pull this back to 10 going in at halftime. Really, the challenge for the Buckeyes is let's keep this at a 2-score game. And we know that their offense is going to do exactly what we've seen, putting up 13 points with the extra point left to come. It's now 14. We have a flag down on the extra point.
Yeah, Todd, and keep in mind, Chaparrals are going to get the ball first coming out.
Exactly.
So that's a big deal. You need to get turnover on, we needed right there to force them to punt so we could get back on top because they're going to get the ball first in the second half. So the sun is just brutal right here. Luckily, when we come out after the next 2 minutes and 57 seconds of play, we'll come back, the sun will be down, it'll be a different story for us. We're struggling just to see down on the field, but looks like I can't see what the call is here. If they're going to assess it against, it was declined.
All
right.
Gilmer was the call.
So offsides against Gilmer declined. 17-14, 2:57 left and 2 timeouts, Jeff. That's the critical thing right now. The Buckeyes need a good return, and then the Buckeyes need to execute that 2-minute offense, get down and stretch this back to a 10-point lead. That was a 50-yard drive, Jeff. You obviously talked about the return on the kickoff, which set them up beautifully. And then they managed to convert 4th down and 1. And really the key was that holding call. Remember, we had them 2nd down and 15 to go, and they convert on the 4th down and then wind up putting it in the end zone. Number 10 is their bread and butter. That's Emerson Cagle. And that is going to be the combination I think we see the rest of the night is Jaden Boger at quarterback is the runner, and number 10, Cagle, and it's going to be zone. Pound,
well, Cagle, when we had him down, 2nd and 15, he runs a 13-yard run to the right side and puts him in position for that score. You're going to have to get your hands on him. He moves fast, and you got to really watch and keep your eyes on him. They're going to block for him, and he's going to get down the field. He's a fast kid. All right, it's going to be filled, and they're coming all the way back across the field here. Number 13 dodges would-be tacklers down the sideline. He goes, look at this. He's still on his feet, refusing to go down. Look at Jeremiah Noble running like a champion all the way to midfield, running with passion. Wow.
And
what a run.
That is 44 yards on the return by Jeremiah Noble. And he probably ran 100 yards on that return, but back to midfield. And that sets us up with 2:41 left and 2 timeouts, Jeff. Plenty of time here for the Buckeyes to execute offensively and go down and stretch this back out. But a huge return there by number 13, the G-man, Jeremiah Noble.
Yeah, sets the Buckeyes up in good position. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. Motion, number 17, Bates. Handoff up the middle. Nope. And that is just, he had some pressure, some big, tall boys in his face. That was intended for number 7, Brennan Webb, and it falls incomplete. And I mean, you had 2 6'5"ers coming at you, and we were lucky to just get that ball away.
That was what he was trying to prevent, is just get the ball blocked, and he wasn't really worried about it where he was throwing it, and the ball just didn't get there.
All right, here's the snap. Fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper, left side, dives forward for a gain of 4.
Not a bad thing by number 11, Caden Tennyson, to pick up a good 4 yards on that play. That brings up 3rd and 6, Jeff.
2:20 left to play in the first half. It's 3rd and 6. You got to convert right here for sure. You don't want to leave. That's a lot of time on the clock to give them. So I don't know if we're in 4-down territory here. You got to catch this ball, and they do not. Good defense there by the Chaparrals. I mean, well played.
Was it complete?
Yeah, we're going to have to punt the ball here.
Yeah, and so that means best case scenario, we go in up on top 3 because we don't want to give it to them right here and give them an opportunity to go back up on top of us.
Now watch it. Don't kick it to Tyler Brown. I don't think that that Mr. Pate will do that. He probably kicks it to the wide side here, but Brown, their best athlete back there to return this punt. Huge stop there for the Chaparrals.
Nice snap and a punt. going to be in the air. They're going to let it bounce, and it's going to be down on the 20-yard line. So Chaparral's going to get one more shot at it with 1:56. And it'll be interesting to see if they come out and go to the air.
Yeah,
they've got how many timeouts?
They've got all 3 timeouts.
All 3 timeouts left.
They're not designed to go fast, but right now, this is where the Buckeye defense had better stand up like the game is on the line, because it very well might be when we get done with all this. We talked about the importance of that last drive and the difference here. This could be literally a 17-point swing here when you see these last 3 drives. The Buckeyes up 10 with an opportunity to go up literally 17 points. And right now, the Chaparrals have put together 2 scoring drives, and they've got a lot of momentum. Number 12, again, in at the quarterback position. He's the running quarterback.
Motion by number 1. They hand it to 1 around the edge. He's got room to run. And he's going to get upfield and get another Chaparral first down, looks like. He'll move the chains, and more importantly, he's going to stop the clock with 1:50.
We got a flag down, and that's probably going to be a hold against the Chaparrals and move them back. And that is good, because that was a hold. And anytime that you see a guy get the edge like that, that is going to move them back to about the 18-yard line. And
against Aubrey.
That is going to be first down and about 14 now, as 10 seconds run off the clock and the clock starts running once again.
First down and 12.
All right, so that backs them up a little bit. They're down in the 18-yard line, 1st and 12. Empty backfield. They're going from the shotgun. Motion. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper. Buckeyes sniff it out pretty quick. Bell's the first one there. And he gets maybe 4 yards on that carry. Clock continues to roll. They're probably going to call a timeout here.
Yeah, they'll stop and use their first one. But actually, Jeff, that is a gift, because if the Buckeyes can get them off the field here, we will have about, let's call it 20-some-odd seconds and a couple of timeouts left to spend. No sense in trying to leave any ammunition in the belt with those timeouts if you've got them. So let's just kind of talk about, Jeff, the strategic last minute and 34 seconds here. If you're the Chaparrals, you're not built for big plays. You're just not built. You're going to try to get outside, get to the sideline, get the ball to number 1, your speedster, number 10. He's good for 7-8 yards. That's probably where the ball's going right now, is to number 10 on that kind of block down, kick out. We call them crease plays, where he's going at 45 degrees and trying to run off the back ends of their blockers. That's how the wing tee is going to work. For the Buckeyes, it's about getting penetration right here and possibly even thinking about using, Jeff, that timeout was used by the Buckeyes. That was a Buckeyes timeout. Coach Metzel here obviously thinking about getting the ball back as well. He knows how important that is. And number 12 has been given the keys right now. He has led this offense to 14 points on 2 straight drives, and they're going to stick with him at quarterback.
All right, tight set, dropping back. He's looking to go to the air, and it looks like batted down maybe.
That is great, because it's an incomplete pass.
I think
Hagler floors him, stops the clock, Jeff. It's just as good as a timeout because it's an incomplete pass, and more importantly, 3rd down and 7. So we're going to try to stop this clock right after this play if we can come out. But, Jeff, this is number 10. Just get ready. This is going to be a cross action with number 10
to the right side. To the right side, no question about it. That's been their most effective play. He got 13 yards and set up that first down for the score earlier. They're probably going to try the same thing. I don't look for them to go to the air at all.
No reason. Number 10 gets the ball right here going to the right side.
Is he in? Is that him?
Yeah, that's number 10. He's
all right, watch number 10 in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback's in trouble. He's scrambling. He runs to his left side, and he is going to pick up the first down on a broken play. Unbelievable.
Truly unbelievable.
Bogart with the carry.
That is unfortunate for the Buckeyes, as that would have given us the ball back, and we would have had probably a good shot at the end zone with 1:19 left. So we start over on downs here, and they'll probably be able to successfully eat the clock here unless we get a turnover. Ball's in the air in the flat, and another first down.
Now this is their hurry up, so this is their shot right here.
That's Butler on the receiving end. First down, Aubrey.
All right, Aubrey lining up with the 57 seconds left. Dropping back, looking to pass. Rolling to his right side, heavy pressure, and it falls incomplete. You know, I love the fact that they're going to the air actually right now because that's a good opportunity for us.
It's not what they do, Jeff. Number one, you risk the interception and throwing it up like that. But number 12 right now, letting it all hang out. Jaden Bogar, he's the quarterback that they've switched to, away from number 3 Brock Temple, who's the starting defensive end. And they're going to do all they can to try to do something to get them at least into field goal range and draw back to even. For the Buckeyes, this last 45 seconds that are left now is they're going to use a timeout as Aubrey calls one. We'll take a timeout here.
Yeah, we'll take a timeout. While they're taking a timeout, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I don't know what that was. Wasn't really a timeout.
Yeah. They said the clock started running too quickly.
All right. Quarterback rolls to his right side. He's looking to pass. He strikes his guy in the flat, and that is going to be about an 8-yard gain there down to the 45-yard line
and now
of the Buckeyes.
42 seconds left. 3rd down and 2, and now Aubrey will take a timeout. So we will continue our timeout and be right back after these messages.
Their first time out.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve. With the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
All right, we're back here in Commerce, Texas. It is 3rd and 2 with 42 seconds remaining on the clock for the first half. Aubrey needs to stay alive and try to get in the end zone to move ahead of the Buckeyes. Obviously, the Buckeye defense need to bow their necks right here and get a stop. That's the quick pass, number 1, and he is going to be right at the first down marker and runs out of bounds. He will move the chains as well as stop the clock. So that was a good call on the part of Aubrey. 38 seconds remain, 1st and 10. Aubrey's on the Buckeye side of the ball.
Yeah, and 2 people touch the ball right now, Jeff. And if 12's not running it, it's number 1 and it's number 10. 22 was going to run out and sit down in the middle of the zone and be the outlet. But their big play guys, number 1 and number 10 right here. Watch them touch the ball.
All right, here's the snap. They hand off to 10 around the right side. Buckeyes sniff it out, drop him for a 5-yard loss.
Immediately, Aubrey takes their second timeout, Jeff, to stop this at 2nd down and 14 and try to give them a little time. As you kind of know, I mean, this is not hard to figure out where the ball's going with Aubrey. It's just hard to basically figure out how to make the tackle and stop them. And for the Buckeye defense right now with 33 seconds, we're going to have the second half start exactly the same way. So we're not going to have to just make a stop here. We're going to have to make a stop coming out at halftime as well. Let's we do some kind of trickery.
Well, you have to get the ball back from them because on the next serve, they're going to go up ahead if they're allowed to score and we don't get the ball back. If it's not a punt situation, the next, series when we come back from the second half, if it ends up in a score, a touchdown, you're looking at them taking the
you cannot
momentum of the game. No,
you cannot allow
you got to get it. So stopping them right here is absolutely critical.
Man-to-man coverage out here with Horton and number 22.
2nd and 15. In the air, pass complete. Burns one of the corners, gets out of bounds successfully after a 10-yard. 12-yard actually completion, and that is going to be 3rd and 4 now with 26 seconds. So look for them to start striking toward the end zone. They're going to try to get one more first down here. Watch an out route
Yeah, to get into field goal range for them, they need probably about 15 more yards, Jeff.
Yeah, they're going to try some type of out route so they can get out of bounds. Fumbles the ball. He picks it up. Buckeyes all over him. Flags down, though, all over the play. And I don't know if that's going to be maybe it could be a unsportsmanlike or, I'm not sure what that penalty. There's penalty flags flying. That was something pretty vagrant.
Yeah, somebody's helmet came off in the offensive line of Aubrey. We've got 21 seconds left.
Yeah, that'll be, if that is a helmet off, and he continues to play, if he continued to play after his helmet came off, it'll be 15 yards, unsportsmanlike conduct.
No, this is going to go against Gilmer, Jeff. You watch.
Boy, he's picking up his flag. He's aiming the wrong direction. This may be a penalties declined. It was against Gilmer. Hands to the face. Wow. That is huge.
Yeah, they just gifted them a field goal, Jeff.
Yeah,
they
15.
just gifted them
well,
a field
there's
goal.
a lot of stuff going on in there. When you've got all that mass of humanity in there, you're grabbing for whatever you can to make a tackle. And whether it's inadvertent or not, it counts. And that's 15 yards that we did not need to give up. 1st and 10 from the 21 seconds on the clock. If the Buckeyes ever needed to make a stand for this season, it is now.
Yeah, watch number 1, Jeff.
Here's the snap, dropping back, going for the end zone, number 1, and he reels it in, one-handed catch, touchdown Aubrey, and they go ahead.
You can call it. You know what's coming. They're going to only throw it to number 1.
What a great catch, though.
Yeah, that was
what an amazing catch.
Hand fighting in the end zone. If you're the Buckeyes, you got to know that's coming, as that's 2 defensive series right now that the Buckeyes have just kind of played sloppy, and number 12 has found something. When they brought him in at quarterback and led 3 unanswered drives, and the very worst thing that could happen for the Buckeyes is that they drive all the way down with 15 seconds left and take a 21-17 lead against Gilmer. And remember, how many possessions have we had in the second quarter, Jeff?
17.
2.
Yeah.
And one of them was a punt. So we got limited there to 5 possessions in the first half. That is Aubrey's style of football. They ate 7 minutes off the clock there, and this is just one of those things where you look back now and say, okay, Aubrey is on serve, but this really should be about a 17-point game right now in the Buckeyes' favor. And those breaks like that, when you get a personal foul for hands to the face.
Yeah, it's just tough.
It's
what we said at the top of the game. Sometimes it's luck and momentum, and that was just unlucky, unfortunately, that a referee looked in and saw that big scrum and a hand to the face. When you're trying to grab something and get the guy down, it just happens. And it's not like it was a mental error that somebody committed, out of temper or something like that. It's just not one of those things. So the bad news is you got 15 seconds on the clock. Aubrey just went up 21-17, and they get the ball back at the next at the second half. Buckeyes will have to kick to them. So Buckeyes are going to have to really bow their necks defensively and get the ball back, and we have to get back on serve, because this is going to come down. If it continues like this, it's going to come down to who gets the ball last. And do they have enough time to get in the end zone?
The Buckeye offense, obviously, so much more explosive, but just missed opportunities. Those deep shots that we talked about, 3 of them missed in the first half that the Buckeyes don't manage to convert them. But number 1 right now for them, Tyler Brown, is the difference in the game.
All right, here's the kickoff, and it is going to be a fair catch. And the reason they call for fair catch to go out to the 25-yard line is to save time. And so we had 15 seconds on the ball. You don't want to waste time running around. You just want to take the ball on the 25. And now a lot of times Gilmer in this scenario, they will go take a knee and say, let's regroup. What do you think they're going to do here, Tom?
Well, I don't think you can afford to do that. With 15 seconds, you've got at least 2 plays, maybe 3. When you've got guys like Will Henderson to get out in space that can go at any time, you see they got 5 safeties deep across the back. You've got to take your shot down the field and try to get an opportunity to go deep here and put some more points on the board to end this half.
Yeah, and he may end up keeping this just because there's so many safeties. And they're going to hit number 7, Webb, who does a great job of making a big 18-yard catch and getting out of bounds.
One timeout left, Jeff, 9 seconds. We can open up the play in the middle of the field, and we need about 40 yards here to be in field goal range.
All right, so it'll be interesting to see what the Buckeyes call. If you'll look there on the field, you see that Aubrey has, in their secondary, they've got 5 guys playing safety right now. They're going to take away the deep ball for sure, so Buckeyes are forced to go underneath, and they're going to throw another out route, and Jeremiah Noble trips up and can't get out to the ball. So that is 5 seconds left on the clock. This is probably the last play right here.
Yeah, most definitely, Jeff. I mean, you just don't have enough time to get down to field goal range with 5 seconds left. So look for Eric Tate here on the right-hand side and trying to get deep.
All right, this will probably be the last play of the half. Dropping back underneath, and Caden Tennyson's going to run it and get tackled at the 45, and that's the end of the first half with Aubrey surprisingly up on top of the Buckeyes 21-17 as the Buckeye defense unable to stop the run on the Aubrey side of the ball. We'll be right back here in a few minutes for the halftime show and be back with the second half of play.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Gilmer High School Stars Drill Team, directed by Donald Lane and Taylor Rohde. Officers from left to right are Melody Aguilar, senior, Cynthia Laura, senior, Emma Cormier, junior, Chloe Dixon, senior, and Caroline Gordon, senior. The Stars welcome the Christmas holidays with a hoop routine to Santa's Parade. Stand up and cheer for the Buckeyes as the Stars kick to the Gilmer fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, Gilmer Independent School District is proud to present one of the most decorated military marching bands in Texas, the pride of Upshur County, the four-time UIL state finalist, Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a twirl routine to Pretty Fly. The Gilmer Band Majorettes. It's time for that Thanksgiving tradition. Tonight on this Black and Orange Friday, the Gilmer Band is proud to feature our Buckeye drumline. It's time for Smash Cans. attempt to dog fight that
Aaron Bell, senior, fullback, middle linebacker.
Will Henderson, senior, running back and quarterback.
Elias Castillo, senior, inside linebacker, fullback.
Jamar Bird, 2024, receiver and corner. Hey, let's get it.
Terry Tate, senior, wide receiver and DB.
Damari Hackett, senior, number 5. Hey, we are here.
Connor Dodd, senior, wide receiver and safety.
Brendan Webb, junior, receiver, DB. Alex Sims, junior, running back, outside linebacker.
Jaden Edward, senior, quarterback, free safety.
Caden Tennyson, class of 2025, quarterback. Taj Manson, junior, receiver, DB.
Jeremiah Noble, junior, outside linebacker, receiver.
Gervais Smith, senior, running back, and outside linebacker.
Micah Easley, junior, wide receiver, safety. Let's roll it.
Harrison Lofton, senior, outside linebacker, hooker.
Grayson Bates, fullback, inside linebacker.
Jordan Escalante, junior, quarterback, outside backer. Bentley Schreiner, receiver and corner.
Will Gross, senior, inside receiver, cornerback. Go Bucks.
Amari Morton, junior, receiver, DB.
Josiah Merrill, junior, running back, outside linebacker. Latavian Fromm Hector, sophomore, running back, and safety.
Kobe Webb, senior, receiver, outside backer.
David McDonald, sophomore, middle linebacker, fullback.
Adrian Jimerson, junior, running back, corner. Nick Zimmerman, senior, fullback, linebacker. Luke Hollyfield, senior, fullback, middle linebacker.
Mason Denton, junior, middle linebacker and fullback.
Braden Pate, junior, outside linebacker.
Jerry Dean, junior, middle linebacker. Nehemiah Henderson, senior, inside linebacker, fullback.
Leno Diaz, senior, fullback, inside linebacker.
I'm senior, Duhai, junior, running back, corner.
Noah Connets, junior, wide receiver, cornerback.
Max Walker, junior, wide receiver, safety.
Cameron Brown, senior, D-line.
Hudson Wynn, junior, D-line.
Jeff Bates, sophomore, offensive line, defensive line.
Justin Jones, senior, inside backer and wide receiver.
Trevor Neal, senior, defensive end and tight end.
Tyler Hagler, sophomore, O-line, D-line.
Ezekiel Aguilar, senior, O-line, D-line.
Justin Anderson, offensive line, defensive line.
Alex again, junior, O-line, D-line.
Ryan Andrews, junior, O-line, D-line.
Senior, Sean Wallace, offensive line, D-line, number 55. Nathan McVicker, O-line, D-line, sophomore.
Aiden Summers, O-line, D-line, junior, 2025.
Spencer Murphy, senior, O-line, D-line. Chance Walker, sophomore, O-line, D-line.
My name is Terrence Wahim. I'm a junior. I play offensive line and defensive line.
Felipe Rocha, I'm a junior, play offensive line and defensive line.
Hunter Burney, O-line, D-line, I'm a junior.
Lucas Cano, junior, O-line, D-line.
My
My name is Fernando Delgado. I'm a junior and I play D-line.
Jared Pilcher, senior, offensive line.
Logan Thornley, I'm a junior. I play inside receiver and outside linebacker.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
And we're back here to the campus of Texas A&M Commerce, where your Gilmer Buckeyes are trailing by 4 points here at halftime. 21-17, Aubrey leads as the Buckeyes just dominated the first quarter and really got dominated the second quarter. Really, it was all about #1, Tyler Brown, with 2 big touchdown catches, and then the quarterback, number 12, who came in the second quarter, Jaden Bogar, and has led them to 3 straight scoring drives. Otherwise, this is a 17-point game with the Buckeyes leading. Gilmer is going to kick off to Aubrey to start this second half. And for the Buckeyes, it's all about getting momentum and then riding this to a several-score lead, because the longer the Buckeyes allow Aubrey to hang in, they've gotten almost every break some really key big penalties, not the least of which was the personal foul penalty that enabled that touchdown on the last drive of the first half. But the Buckeyes going to have to find a really good half of football here to come out with this victory here and advance to take on the Carthage Bulldogs in the regional finals. They were victorious 34-31 in Pine Tree today. A very hard-fought victory as Carthage takes down the Pleasant Grove Hawks. Halftime statistics, the Buckeyes really getting the better of Aubrey so far everywhere except for on the scoreboard. 18 for 100 rushes for 147 yards and a touchdown. Aubrey, 24 rushes for 125 yards and a touchdown. obviously the field position has played a big role there for Aubrey. 8 passes of 16 yards for 115 yards for the Buckeyes with a touchdown. 7 of 10 for 91 yards, most of that become behind Jaden Bogar, who has come in with a 70% passing completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, both of them to number 1. Run after the catch has been the story, and really, we'll talk about it here in a second. Number 1, Tyler Brown, has been the story and the reason that the Aubrey Chaparrals are absolutely in this game. Total yards, the Buckeyes have 262 and 216 yards for the Aubrey Chaparrals. So the Buckeyes with a 50-yard lead there. 3 big penalties for 35 yards against the Buckeyes, and they were key in terms of the timing that they came. 3 penalties for 20 yards against Aubrey, and some holding penalties that were probably not called. Time of possession, almost even, 11:55 for the Buckeyes, 12:05 for Aubrey. Key notes, Will Henderson's only had 8 carries for only 36 yards. Gilmer only 50% passing. Aubrey 70% passing with 2 big touchdowns. And again, that is number 12 to number 1. That is going to be the key here, Jeff Rash, to winning this second half, is figuring out a way to take the ball out of Tyler Brown's hands. Tyler Brown has effectively taken number 3 to Eric Tate out of the game by following around everywhere in man-to-man coverage. They just simply said, we're going to take our best athlete and take your best athlete out of the game. And that has not happened on the reciprocal side, as number 1 has been basically matched up against zone coverage to the wide side of the field and managed to be the difference in this game. So for the Buckeyes, you can't turn it over. You're going to need a turnover. No turnovers right now so far in the game, but the Buckeyes might as well have turned it over twice with those 2 big fourth down conversions for Aubrey, then penalties that have led to Aubrey's 2 scores and a really dominant second quarter for Aubrey. And the Buckeyes need to grab momentum by the neck, get a couple of scores up here, because that's going to be critical, Jeff, because going into the fourth quarter, if Aubrey is within a score or with a lead, the longer they're in it, the more dangerous they become.
Yeah, the Buckeyes' backs are a little bit against the wall right now. This has been one of those games where it's just been a scrap, back and forth. They haven't had any real big plays, big long passes, for touchdowns or big long runs. It's just been grind. Oh, I just found out my mic wasn't on, sorry. This has been one of those games, Todd, I was saying that's kind of a scrap. It hasn't been big plays. They haven't dumped any big passes or long rushes.
And it hasn't been a track meet.
It hasn't been. And it's been grind. 5 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards. And then, like you said, a couple of penalties that really gave them some clutch first downs that resulted into yards. And they were things that just happened in the course of a game. The Buckeyes haven't played undisciplined. It's just bad luck, when it comes to that. Now, you said some factors of the game. You left out an important person. That's number 10, Emerson Cagle, who picked up the 13-yard rush when we had him down third and 15. Or second and 15. He picks it up and gets that first down for him. And the other big thing here is read that stat again about Will Henderson's yardage.
Yeah, 8 carries for 36 yards.
Okay, that's the difference in the game right now. We've had no big breaks from Will like we normally see. Statistically speaking, he should have at least 2 in this second half. But the problem now is the Buckeyes' backs are against the wall. They're coming out down 21-17, and they have to kick off to the Chaparrals. So that means they've got to get the ball back. They have to force them to punt or get a turnover to get back on serve and get back in this game. And we've got to have Will Henderson be able to break free. So they've got to open him some holes. He's got to be able to find some open ground. They've done a good job defensively so far. I've been very impressed with their secondary coverage tonight so far. It's been excellent. But I look for the Buckeyes to make some adjustments, as they always do at halftime, so masterfully, and to come back out and put together a good second half of play. This game is long from over, but I will say this. Probably not going to be a blowout. This is going to be one of those last week situations where it's going to come down to the last possession or 2 to determine the victor.
Well, and the Buckeyes have allowed that to happen. They got out fast. They had a 10-point lead in the first quarter, had 2 opportunities to take it to a 17-point lead, which is a 3-score game, or exactly where you want to be. But right now, the Buckeyes have to find a way to take number 1 out of the game the same way that they've taken our number 1 out of the game, and to flip some momentum. So here's the kickoff to start the second half.
All right, high pooch kick, left side, fielded on the 27-yard line, and breaks 1 tackle. and gets a nice return back to the 40-yard line. And so Buckeyes are going to hand them the ball first possession in the second half in really good field position. They're on the 40. And let's see what the Chaparrals come out. You know, they're going to make adjustments as well. They had some success in the air, more so than I anticipated on those last, couple of drives. Number 12 showed that he's not afraid to throw the ball. They were open in the flats. That's the only pass they've really been able to hit is stuff, those little quick outs.
Yeah, they're not throwing the ball down the field. They're doing everything to get number 1 into the ball, into the game, and get him the ball in space. And watch right now them going to number 10.
All right, under center, number 12. Quick pitch, left side. Pitch was a little bit behind number 10, the speedster. And again, this is a state-level 200-meter athlete. He has got some wheels. And for those of you that may have joined us late, we talked about this at the top of the show. Gilmer won the state track meet this year, 2023, in the spring, and the silver medalist was Aubrey with only 1 point behind Gilmer. So there's speed on both sides of the ball. We haven't seen big breaks on either side of the ball, tonight, other than Caden Tennyson's big run, down the sideline. It's just been grinded out football, and that may be how this game is going to be played. Another quick pitch to number 10, and Buckeyes quick to get on it, and they're going to drop him for maybe even a little loss.
Yeah, third down and 10 is exactly where the Buckeyes want to be. Look for number 22 here, Jeff. He is the guy that is their safety outlet that gets in the slot, but of course number 1 comes in the game. They're going to do everything that they can possibly do to get number 1 the ball here. Tyler Brown has been the difference in the first half. He really is responsible for all 21 of their points. Of course, they found the hot hand with the quarterback now, but they're going to try to get number 1 the ball. Right now, we don't have enough men over here on this side of the ball.
All right, here's the snap. Going long over the field, over the middle, and it was a well-thrown ball. I figured number 1 could reel that one in, but he just couldn't get there. Buckeyes all around it, but it was a catchable pass.
Yeah,
and that is what we needed, Todd. 4th and 11. They're going to have to punt to the Buckeyes. That's what we said we needed.
Yeah, number 1, Will Henderson, back at safety. You weren't going to outrun him on that. And the Buckeyes force a punt here. Only 23 seconds come off the clock with those incomplete passes. And the Buckeyes need to gain field position here, go down and score quickly, and then maintain the momentum.
Shift that momentum. That's exactly the key word is momentum. And a good return here would be fantastic. Doesn't look like we're going to get one at all. Ball checks up right at the 29-yard line. So I think the Buckeyes are going to come out with a renewed energy. Look for them to come out striking, throwing passes, downfield, running the ball hard. Let's see if that offensive line can open up some holes for them and get Will Henderson out in space. Henderson, we've seen him score 5 touchdowns in a game. We need to get at least 2 out of him in this second half.
Yeah, they've gone to this 2-deep safety look, made a good adjustment, and number 1 is following number 3 around everywhere he goes. Tyler Brown, their good athlete against Eric Taylor.
All right, handoff number 1 around the corner. Will Henderson turns upfield and runs out of bounds after picking up about 12 yards and a first down.
Yeah, they're going to call that.
They're going to say 10 yards, but they will move the sticks.
Yeah, and getting Will out into space is a nice way to start, move the chains. He gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and the Buckeyes want to get possessions right now. If the Buckeyes have 7 possessions in the second half, Jeff, look for a Buckeye victory.
All right, 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Handoff, fakes the handoff, and dumps one, a little slant route to Jeremiah Noble right in the hands. It just goes right through. That would have been another first down probably.
Yeah, nice pass, and I think Jeremiah kind of heard some footsteps going over the middle, kind of alligator armed that ball a little bit, and that was another big play that opportunities missed for the Buckeyes at this point.
All right, 2nd and 10. They're showing like they're going to stunt the middle linebacker here. He's coming up to that right gap.
Yeah, they'll walk up into that bare front and try to get pressure.
All right, Will Henderson shifts to his left side. Here's the snap. Drops back, rolls to his right. Will picks up a key block. And we got a flag on the play.
They're going to call us for a hold there. And if that was called both ways, I would kind of agree with that. But they're going to call that a hold against the Buckeyes. And second and 10 is going to turn into 2nd and 20.
Yeah, that is going to be probably against the Buckeyes, and they're going to mark that off holding. And that's probably the Is that the third or fourth holding call tonight so far?
Well, if we call them both ways, I'm okay with that. But unfortunately, what they're doing to us when they get the corner, and Will just goes out there, throws a good block, and just has his hands inside, and they call that a hold. This is a Houston official crew. The umpire called that, and not really necessary because all Will had to do was put a hat on a hat, but it brings up 2nd and 20, and the Buckeyes go backwards after a good start to this drive.
All right, 2nd and 20. Here's the snap. They're going to throw an out route, and it's just beyond the reach of number 7, Brendan Webb. And that is going to be 3rd and 20, and we don't want to have to punt and just change. We're going to put them right back in the same position we were by having to kick off to them, obviously.
Yes, it's just execution, Jeff. That play just let go a little bit too fast. Caden kind of hearing footsteps and didn't let his receivers clear. Just lack of execution on offense.
All right, here's the snap. Dropping back, going long. Across the middle, number 3, Tarek Tate holds on to it. And that is a great play, but just short of the first down.
Yeah,
we're looking at 4th and 5.
Yeah, we're going to have to punt the ball.
And we're going to have to punt.
Yeah, this first catch for Tarek is we try to get that post pattern. But this early in the half, Jeff, only down by 4 points. This is what you don't want to see is just an inability to get off the field where the Buckeyes do a great job. But self-inflicted wound with the holding call to get us in 2nd and 20. That is just the little things that you got to do to be able to advance here. The Buckeyes just not executing well.
All right, great punt there by Pate. Once again, takes a big Buckeye bounce. Look at this. All the way to the 6-yard line. And Braden Pate, once again with his foot, has just been one of the keys to the game this year, this all season long for the Buckeyes. Nice job.
55-yard punt there from Pate, and that is a huge hole to put Aubrey in. But Jeff, here is where you need to have the turnover bug strike. You need to go create your own destiny here if you're the Black Flag defense, because what the Buckeyes can ill afford right now with 10:02 left in the third quarter is for them to drive 94 yards against this Buckeye defense and take 4, 5, 6 minutes off the clock.
And that if they do drive that far, that's exactly how much time they'll eat. And the Buckeyes need time right now. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper, left side, and they stand him up and he bounces back, and man, this guy can take a licking and keep on ticking. Buckeyes do a good job of keeping him to minimal yards compared to what he's had. That was about a 5-yard run, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they'll grind it out here. Again, he has about 4 yards after contact. The Buckeyes defense have got to wrap up and do the little things. Tackling, just the fundamentals is going to be key as the Buckeye secondary with Will Henderson out there and number 7, Brendan Webb, and number 4, Jamar Bird out there basically saying, look, they're not going to throw the ball. That means that you got to tackle. Number 1 and number 10 are key.
All right, quarterback keeper this time the other side, and they wrap him up quickly. And they're going to hold him to no gain. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, pressure here is key, Jeff. You cannot let number 10 get creased, because you know that on that last 3rd down that was key, he went 13 yards on that run, just coming across the backside. They block down and from the tackle position and kick out with the lead back. And the Buckeyes desperately right here need to be able to get off the field with 9 minutes left in the third quarter in order to kind of gain the momentum back. It's been back and forth for this third quarter. The Buckeyes need to have something positive happen here.
All right, big play right here. Low snap, looking to pass. He's stepping up in the pocket. He's in trouble. Wobbly ball, and it's going to fall incomplete. Now the great news here is their punter will be in his own end zone to punt, which should put the Buckeyes in really good field position somewhere around midfield.
Yeah, stops the clock, Jeff, with 8:48 left. And so far, less than 4 minutes have gone off the clock here in this third quarter. This will be the Buckeyes' second possession. Remember, it's about math right now. It's simple math. It's the back and forth and the ability to convert this huge opportunity into 7 points, take the lead back, and then go back and continue to be able to shut this Aubrey offense out.
All right, good snap there for the punter. He gets off a nice punt. Got a fair catch and a good catch. Boy, that makes me nervous. I'm almost just screaming, get away from the ball. That is the 38-yard line that the Buckeyes will start on of Aubrey.
And Jeff,
so
think
great
about
field
what you just
position.
said. this has got to be converted.
Oh, it has to be.
These are the opportunities that you cannot miss in a game of this magnitude. This is playoffs. When you get the ball 1st and 10 at the other team's 38, you got to take it to the house.
Yeah, you absolutely have to be able to make this happen. And here comes the ball. Handoff up the middle. Henderson, look at him, lowers his head, picks up 10 yards, moves the chain. I think he was shocked that he got through there and he fell down on his own.
And Will was saying, I was this close, baby. I was this close.
That could have been 6 right there. Here's the snap, same play. Will, left side, big stiff arm, down to the 15-yard line. Offensive line doing a great job of picking up blocks. No penalties. That's what we need here. No penalties. 1st and 15.
Yeah, this is play calling.
1st and 10 from the 15.
This play calling, Jeff, means you remember it's right down your throat.
All right, here we go. Handoff once again. Henderson up the middle, runs into some traffic, but he gets down to the 11.
Here comes Big Zero. Look out. This is a drive of Will's, Jeff. The Buckeyes have essentially said on this drive with their play calling.
Lay your ears back,
We're
boys.
coming right at you.
Yep.
Stop us.
Yeah, lay your ears back. This is who wants it more. And they got Big Bell in there in the slot. Henderson lined up behind him. From the shotgun, here's the snap. And it's a trap play inside. Number 7, hold the ball. He gets down to about the 7-yard line. Nice job there by number 7, Brennan Webb.
Yeah,
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, and this is 4-down territory, Jeff. Make no mistake about it. There's no field goals coming out of this drive unless we have some kind of a negative play.
All right, this is going to be Henderson right here. Could be a quarterback keeper too. Nope, Henderson around the right side. He's got lots of room. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
That is what you got to see as the Buckeyes are going to go back up a score here. They take a 2-point lead with the extra point left to come, but Jeff, it's the way they did it. It was run, 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 run. That was a 38-yard drive behind 5 straight running plays that just went straight down the throats of the Aubrey Chaparrals. And that is called imposing your will and grabbing momentum by the scruff of the neck. That was a physical beatdown by that offensive line. And that is where a momentum swing can start right there.
Absolutely. This score after the extra point attempt, high snap, and Will Gross does a great job of fielding that ball and getting it on the tee. Wow, because that ball was over his head. He had to catch it and pull it down. Critical play there. Will Gross is the hero on that one. 24-21, 7:02 left to play in the 3rd. Gilmer back on top. We'll be right back after these messages.
2-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
All right, we're back here in Commerce, Texas. Texas A&M Commerce, and the Buckeyes just went up on top, 24-21 with 7:02 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Buckeye fans are elated. And by the way, we have a packed out stadium over here on the Buckeye side of things. Buckeye fans really traveled well tonight.
Yeah, I'm so proud when we walk down. We have completely filled up the visitor side and outnumbered probably 2-1 the Aubrey side. And the Army of Buckeyes lived up to the reputation here tonight, traveling well, and they need to start making some noise and getting behind these guys. 7:02 left in the 3rd quarter. Right now, the Buckeyes came out and have grabbed momentum and wrestled it around, but they don't have it on the ground yet, Jeff. Let's please don't kick it to number 1. You notice number 1 is up Brown. He's been their whole team to the shallow man.
Yeah, he's over here where we've been kicking the ball, and we're going to kick it right to him on the 22-yard line. He fumbles the ball, but don't let that fool you. The guy's got legs. He gets back out to the 26, and that was lucky for the Buckeyes. As everybody was crashing over here to the left side, he drops it, heads back over. We only had 2 guys there.
Yeah, fortunately, they corralled him and made the tackle, Jeff. But 6:55 remaining in this 3rd quarter. This is the time for a 3-and-out right here.
Oh, this is pin your ears back
It's either get a turnover or get behind, but trust me, the Chaparrals are going to do one thing and one thing only. They're going to give the ball to number 10, and they are going to see where they can get into manageable situations. The last couple of drives where they've gone off the field, Jeff, They've been in 2nd and 10 and 3rd and 10 and longer. They know that. Number 10 is going to be key in stopping this drive right here. Watch him come across to the wide side of the field.
All right, Buckeyes going to have to bow their necks right here. Handoff 10 up the middle. Buckeyes got hands on him but can't get him down. He is fighting forward. This guy's a running back, man. He's not just a track star playing football.
You have got to tackle him. He's about 6'1", probably 230 pounds. He is unbelievably strong. And that is where the Chaparrals want to be. 2nd down and 4, that opens up everything for them. And then when you notice what happens on 1st down, Jeff, for the Chaparrals when they have the ball is going to be key to the rest of this game.
Yeah, he is a good-looking athlete. I've got the 230 pounds down. I just don't have the 6'1" down, Todd. All right, 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 back in the backfield.
This is number 12 right here, Jeff, keeping the ball.
Quarterback, hands off to 10 again. Look how fast he hits the hole. He's in open field. And he'll be drugged down, but look at this. He's gaining 20 yards after contact. He probably got 25 yards after contact all the way across midfield to the Buckeye 34-yard line. And that is a hard-running guy right there.
Well, we talked about it. There's just no stopping it. Number 10 is going to be the key. They'll now go back to number 1 and try to get the ball to him on the outside. That's their bread and butter. Right now, the Buckeye defense just had the field flipped on them. And you saw it coming. It started on 1st down with the run by number 10 for about 6 yards. Then he busts one and for about 26. Now they got the ball 1st and 10 from the Buckeye 34.
All right, let's see what they've got in store. Here's the snap. Low snap, handoff to 10. And why not? He's running the ball extremely well. He's going to gain about 3 yards there as Bell drags him down out of bounds. And
Bell just needs to key on him because wherever he goes, that's where you're going to find the ball. 5:27 left, and the Chaparrals here with all the momentum. Again, they get a big pickup on 1st down, but it's number 10. He's coming out of the game right now, and when they do, watch them to go for number 12, quarterback keeper, and trying to get the ball to number 1. Their big play man. He's going to be, let's find him.
He's
in the slot.
This will either be a quarterback keeper or a pass. Rolling to his left side, looking to pass, going for the end zone. And batted away by number 3, Tarek Tate.
What a great play by Tarek there. That was the receiver got behind Tarek, but he made up that ground, and what a huge play.
Well, he jumped about 13 feet in the air to knock that down.
Tarek has that ability. I call him Sundays because he's got that kind of athletic ability to go play on Sundays.
I'm really shocked they actually just called that play.
Well, they had to bring number 10 out.
They got 3rd and 6.
10 came out of the game. They didn't really have any other opportunity.
Well, he's back in there now, and this will be his, I'm sure. 3rd and 6. Buckeye, they fumble the ball, and they are going to lose. That's going to back them way up, all the way back to the 48-yard line. They just lost 15 yards on a bad snap, and that's a lucky break for the Buckeyes. 4th and 22. And they'll be forced to punt to the Buckeyes.
That is the break that the Buckeyes needed. If anything all night has happened at a critical down, everything has gone Aubrey's way. That one goes the Buckeyes' way on a bad snap, forces 4th down and forever. The Buckeyes going to get the ball back with 4:24 left here, and now it is imperative that the Buckeyes figure out how to go down and score.
All right, let's see if this thing, maybe it'll bounce. Oh, I would have let it bounce into the end zone, but Webb picks it up. He's going to bring it back. Down the sideline, he scampers. Look at this. He's got a wall. He's going to cut inside. Back outside. He's going to take it all the way to the house. Look at this. Webb to the 1-yard line. They're going to say he hit the pylon. He ran out of gas.
And a flag down, of course. Of course.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
Of course. You have a flag down.
Webb takes it all the way to the 1-yard line, and there is a flag on the 30-yard line. And that is a
totally away
killer.
From the play, Jeff. That ball never came to that side.
Well, you got 2 flags, one on either side of the field.
No, they're both against Gilmer. It does not matter. As that is a 79-yard return that is going to get called back here. And again, at some point, call them both ways. I mean, this is an official group out of Houston, but when you are going to make a call, look where the flag is, Jeff. It's on the other hash. Nothing to do with that play, which was entirely on this side of the field, and an official on the opposite hash calls back a 78-yard punt return, and it is just it doesn't matter.
Well, that'll just give the offense a little opportunity to show off as Buckeyes have the ball. 24-21, Buckeyes have the lead with 3:59 left to play. That is a critical back-breaking play right there because that was basically a guaranteed score.
That's a touchdown. They just took 7 points off the board, Jeff. With a 3-point lead now, the Buckeyes find themselves literally 80 yards away. That is how big that call was on the opposite side of the field. Just inexcusable.
Here's the Buckeyes. Fakes the handoff. Dumps one across the middle. Look at Eric Tate. Breaks free. He's down the sideline to the 35-yard line of the Chaparrals. Burned number one. And then was able to pick up an additional 20 yards after contact. And he needs to be quiet before the referees step in there.
Yeah, that is just
They're going to hurry up offense here. Getting set. There's the snap. Handoff. Number one, Will up the middle. Running hard. Will picks up about 8 yards on the carry.
Yeah, that is just Jeff, number 3, saying.
And they're playing fast.
My will is bigger than your will. It is that simple for number 3, Eric Tate.
What a great play there by Eric Tate. Amazing.
Heart.
And what a great pass by Caden Tennyson. All right, shifting everybody to the left side. Forcing the defense to also shift. Here's the snap. Handoff to Will. Bounces outside. Nothing there. Going to be drug out of bounds for a loss.
Yeah, they got penetration on that play. They knew what was coming. They switched the entire line. And that brings up a huge 3rd down and 4, Jeff. The Buckeyes up 24-21. Their will has been bigger than Aubrey's will here in this 3rd quarter, and they've only translated that into 7 points. Right now, you've got to translate those big plays into points on the scoreboard.
You have to get this 4 yards right here. This drive has to stay alive. They got Bell in the game, wide to the right. Henderson in the game, in the backfield. There's the snap. Quarterback keeper, left side, and he goes inside his block. I think if he'd have bounced out to the left side, that might have been a first down.
Yeah, this is
4 down territory.
Huge play in the game right here. 4th down and 3 for the Gilmer Buckeyes.
I like that play call. I just wish he could have got outside his block to the left side.
Yeah, you got to call your best play of the game right here, Jeff. 4th down and 3.
4th and 3.
You got the offensive side of the ball.
Buckeye fans on their feet, rooting for their team. Tight set, everybody inside. Henderson goes in motion. Hand it to Henderson. He's got one man to beat. He's not going to do it. They're going to get him. Great defensive play there.
Number 1, Tyler Brown. He has been the absolute difference in this game so far and keeping Aubrey in the game single-handedly on offense and defense. The only guy that is going to run Will down to the wide side of the field. Nobody blocks him, and that is going to be a turnover on downs.
Yep. Turnover on downs. They're just going to give them 1st and 10 on about the 30-yard line. Buckeyes defense doing a great job so far in this 3rd quarter. Let's see if they can do it again. Put the ball back in the hands, and that's 7 points lost right there on a penalty.
It's little
and penalties have been
the
difference in this game so far has been penalties at critical moments, and none more critical than calling a touchdown back.
Here's your inside run right here.
Fakes the handoff. 12 rolls to his left side. He's under pressure. Scrambles out of the pocket. Buckeyes smack him in the mouth, push him out of bounds. He gets maybe a yard on that carry. And you can feel the tension in the stadium tonight, both in the fans and on the field. They know that this is for all the marbles.
Yeah, this is a clash of wills right here, Jeff. Aubrey is not skilled like the Buckeyes are skilled. For them, it's all about figuring out how to give themselves a chance on 2nd and 3rd down and getting the ball to number 10 and number 1. It's not complicated for the Chaparrals. At this point, Jeff, number 10 is out of the game, so they're going to have to drop back, and here's that inside
handoff
run.
Inside, and Bell's all over it. They're going to throw him down, and he will get maybe a half a yard on the carry. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 8.
See if they don't bring number 10 back into the game right here, Jeff, as they just don't have a chance if they don't have number 10 back there for that threat. 3rd down and long.
They're going to put this ball in the air.
Yeah, they are going to put it in the air.
This is going to be in the flat.
This is going to absolutely
They're going to throw
be
this.
that.
This is going to be about a 10-yard pass in the flat. You can write it down. Look on the left side of your field at the 40-yard line. Heavy pressure, forced out of the pocket, and they get him.
Only a couple of yard gain.
Couple of yards, that's going to be 4th and 5, and they'll have to punt.
33 seconds left, and folks, it's going to come down to the 4th quarter again. A 78-yard punt return by number 7, Brendan Webb. That was, if it wasn't a touchdown, it was within the 1-yard line. Called back on a holding penalty, and it's just those critical calls right now that have gone absolutely Aubrey's way. Let's see if they've got the guts to kick it to Tarek Tate, and we've seen his will here in this 3rd quarter, flipping the field on Aubrey, but the Buckeyes unable to convert on 4th down. You got to think our offense, this is the last play of the quarter, Jeff. This is going to go to the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they're going to flip the field and kick the other direction. And while they do that, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
All right, we're back here in Commerce, Texas A&M Commerce Stadium. And the Buckeyes have just entered the 4th quarter with the lead, 24-21. And this has just been a smash-mouth game of football. This is anybody's game at this point. Aubrey's now faced 4th and 5 on their own 35-yard line. They'll be forced to punt to the Buckeyes, which will hopefully put us in good field position.
Watch out for the fake
once
punt
again.
here, Jeff. Watch out for the fake punt. Number 3's back in to punt the ball.
And he's their quarterback as well as their punter for a reason.
Number 1 Brown wide as the gunner to the outside. Aubrey's got nothing to lose here, but they have not been able to do anything offensively here in this second half, and now they got to give the ball back to the Buckeyes.
Tarek Tate around the 40-yard line, and they're going to get off a kick, and they're going to let it hit the turf, and it takes a huge bounce for Aubrey. Look at this. This kid just flipped the field all the way down to the 10-yard line. What a great punt by Aubrey.
Now, Jeff, a whole quarter left to play. Buckeyes have a 3-point lead. It is imperative that no matter how much time is left at the end of this drive, is that we have a 2-score lead. They can't score 10 points in one drive. And if they're, we talked about how many drives are we going to have in this half. This is our 3rd drive of the second half, Jeff. We only had 2 in the 3rd quarter. We had 2 drives in the 3rd quarter. We only scored 1 touchdown. We need at least 5 or 6 drives in order to get a 2-score lead. That's why this drive is so important.
Empty set. Going to the air. Quick pass. Complete to Will Henderson. Good for about 5 yards. Trying to get a little breathing room out from the 10-yard line.
Very nice play on 1st down. Taking what the defense gives you. Playing those match quarters and taking advantage of that big cushion that they're going to give you.
All right, trip receivers to the wide side of the field. Henderson in the backfield. There's the snap. Hand off to Henderson up the middle. Lowers his head, looking for 5. He's going to be right at 5. Maybe.
That's going to be about 3rd and 1, Jeff.
Yeah, they're going to move the sticks.
No, they're going to say move the sticks. I'll take it. I'll take it. 1st down, Buckeyes.
Buckeyes, 11:05 left to play in this game. Buckeyes lead by 3. They have the ball on the 20. Here's the snap. Low snap, handoff. Number 1, room to run. To the left side, cuts out to the outside. Still going at the 50 and forced out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, watch for flags. Every single time the Buckeyes have a big play, you better bite your tongue and turn around and look for a flag because it has not gone the Buckeyes' way. Big 1st down by Will Henderson. Will's starting to roll. He's asking for a backup, and guess what? Number 1 for DeVay Smith comes in, and what a capable backup he is.
DeVay Smith checks in. They send him wide. Empty set. Caden Tennyson alone in the backfield. Motion. Drops back, looking to pass, going long. High ball. And that is going to fall incomplete. And I'm not sure what happened right there. I don't know if he lost that in the lights or what.
No, Caden just threw it up probably a good 20 yards to the inside, and there's no way that Brendan Webb can go in and get that. That's just a wasted play pretty much.
That was lucky it wasn't picked off. That ball was floating like a punt.
That stayed up there forever, but just didn't give Brendan a chance to go get it.
Well, we saw that last week with several of his long passes that were up arched, really high. All right, one back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Room to run. Lowers his head, picks up about 4 yards. 3rd and 6. Buckeyes need 6 yards.
And probably 4-down territory here for Coach Metzel if we can pick up at least 3 or 4 yards here on this down.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Lowering his head, number 14, Smith. Running hard, and he gets the first down.
Great job there by
Second effort for Smith.
Fantastic job there by DeVay Smith.
Man, just kept his legs moving.
I mean, that is money right there. You have no idea what a big run that is to keep this drive alive. Getting 6 yards and everything that he needed, he got on that drive just because he willed it to happen. That's just huge there by the senior.
Yeah, that's wanting a first down right there.
That is
Smith
as big a
stays
play
in the
as we've
game.
had all night.
Bell in the slot. Here's the snap. Once again, Smith bounces out to the left. Got room to run. Flag on the play. Smith down to the 30-yard line, but we got a flag on the play. Probably going to come back for holding.
Away from the play.
Again.
Away from the play completely, and we get a flag thrown by the umpire. It just doesn't matter for the Buckeyes. Anything that's going positive, we're going to get a flag. And
well, they're obviously watching. We've got to be careful about that. If we know they're particular on holds, you got to stop holding. You can't even look like you're going to hold. All right, they're going to back us up 10 yards. That's going to be repeat first down, 1st and 20. We've been in this situation before, a time or two tonight. So Buckeyes are going to have to answer to keep this drive alive. They're eating a lot of clock, 9:49 left on the clock. There's the snap. It's a draw play up the middle, in the open field. Not quite to the first down marker, but a big 18-yard run, 17-yard run on first down.
Great call there by Coach Metzel. The draw play just opened up. You had them, the Buckeyes, they had the Buckeyes 1st and 20, and Will Henderson picks up 17 to make this 2nd and manageable.
All right, tight formation, 2 receivers wide to the short side of the field. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, quarterback keeper up the middle, bounces out to the right side, room to run, picks up the first down, spins out of a tackle, and fights his way to the 15-yard line.
And that should be a flag on the sideline. That is ridiculous. Gilmer outside the white, Jeff.
Gilmer looking for unsportsmanlike conduct, not going to get it. Coach Metzel not happy about that.
That is bad. When he throws him down, he's outside the white line, Jeff. That's 4 yards of white outside of the playing field, and he gets thrown down almost on the track.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity for the refs to do the right thing, but that's okay. Buckeyes in good field position with a 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 14, and a great run there by the senior Caden Tennyson, just refusing to go away. Here's the snap, handoff, left side, room to run. Will Henderson dodging tackles, cuts up field to the 1-yard line.
First down once again. He's just, I don't think people understand how fast he is moving, and he looks like he is just gliding through the air as that brings up 1st and goal for the Buckeyes, who are just driving. Here comes Mr. Lee, number 43, into the football game.
Well, and they've also successfully eaten up some time off the clock on this drive.
Yeah, 8:58, and the Buckeyes get pay dirt here, Jeff. You go up 2 scores, and essentially you're a stop away from putting a big nail in this coffin for the Buckeyes.
We're a long way away from that. As we get up, we're going to lose yardage as they get through. The defensive line,
number 9,
breaks through at a critical moment, and drops Will for a loss. So Buckeyes looking at 2nd and goal. Ball's on about the 10. There's the snap. Hand off to Will, right side. Around the corner. And he just can't quite get in there. He's forced out of bounds on about the 2-yard line. This is where you call Bell in.
Henderson around the right side, run out of bounds by Grant Ramsey. 3rd down and goal from the 1. Most likely 4-down territory, but the Buckeyes need to punch this in right now. Bell in the backfield, as you mentioned, Jeff. And this is basically going to be a ball game.
They're going to key on Bell. I would do a bootleg. I would fake it to Bell and bootleg it because they're going to all come for Bell right here. Handoff. Nope, they did bootleg it. He wasn't down.
Number 9
got through again. They did exactly what we said. They knew they were going to key on Bell.
Got a little too cute on that play call, and we're going to have to kick a field goal here, Jeff. We
just got to be able to stop 9 from getting that.
Yeah, you
that
got
penetration.
the ball 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. You've just got to turn that into a touchdown.
And we're going to try to settle for a field goal here.
No other option, really.
You know, a field goal though, puts you at 27. One score from them with an extra point puts them at 28. And the Buckeyes do pick up the field goal, but now the Buckeyes absolutely have to make a stand.
You got to make a stop.
They got to make a stand. I love the play call. I love what they just called right there. We just missed the block on number 9 twice in a row.
Nobody's blocking him all night. I mean, that's the issue with number 9. Anytime that we talked about it from the very top of the show, anytime that number 9 decides, he can basically beat his man and get into the backfield and complete havoc. But right now, Jeff, you think about the last drive that the Aubrey Chaparrals had, no number 10. Number 10 was not in the football game that entire drive.
You'll see him on this next one.
You have to. It's the season on the line for them. For the Buckeyes, you have got to have a clean series right here. And if you've got to have a 3-and-out, again, it's a 1-score game. The Chaparrals score a touchdown here, Jeff. And
you're a point down. You're a point down.
I mean,
I don't know.
1st down and goal from the 1 as the Buckeyes. You had your opportunity to really win the game right there.
That had to be a tough call for them not to maybe go for that touchdown on 4th down. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I mean, that's a tough call.
You can't do it on 4th down from the 9 because if they stop you, then you give them all the momentum. So you take the points.
Yeah, but you got them pinned back. Worst case scenario, you got them pinned down here on the 10.
That's a good point.
I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know it had to be a tough call for the coaches. But if you don't get it, they're pinned deep, and you got a better chance. We've been giving it to them on the 35-yard line on average with these kickoffs. So they're going to kick it high. Going to be fielded on the 25, brought back to the 30, down the sideline to the 50, and forced out of bounds. That's what I'm talking about. We've all night tonight on the kickoffs, these guys have been getting good returns. That's why I'm saying I wish we could squib kick or kick it through the end zone or something. I don't know. If you're the coach, do you go for it on 4th down? I'm not questioning them by any means.
I think in that situation, because Caden lost so much ground and it's 4th down and go from the 8, that you just can't afford to do that. I think it's the right thing to do to take the points. But right now, special teams has absolutely killed the Buckeyes. Our punt return gets called back for a hold. They continuously create situations where they're starting from our end the 45.
They're on the Buckeye 45-yard line, 1st and 10. The Buckeyes defense has got to make a stand because they're fixing to saddle number 10 right here and try to ride him to the house. They bump into their fullback, and he's still able to get 2 yards, but he runs right into his quarterback.
Yeah, 10 is going to be in the game, and 10 is going to touch the ball. There's no question about it. Number 12 comes out of the game, Jeff.
Yeah, he's limping.
He is limping. Number 3 comes back in the game. Well, now you don't have to worry necessarily about the quarterback run so much. You key on number 10 right here. He is going to get the ball. And if you can stop him and get them in 3rd down and long, then you only really got to worry about number 1. The number 10 is going to get the ball right here to the right side.
All right, he goes under center. Handoff 10, right side. And look at this gigantic hole as he scampers down the sideline for a big 1st down. No flags on the play And he's been doing it all night. That was a huge 30-yard run down to the 25-yard line.
Now, you know what's coming. I mean, it's simple. It's simple. We're not going to get any calls. We're not going to obviously get any holding calls. And at the end of the day, you got to stop number 10 because he's what they're going to ride. It's just that simple.
Yeah, they did a good job of opening up that right side over there. You got to hand it to their offensive unit. They executed that extremely well. Under center, here's the snap. Handoff, 10, up the middle, and he's good for about 3 yards on the carry. But they are dangerously close to the red zone.
The problem, Jeff, is that time is ticking off the clock like crazy. This is another reason why you kick the field goal, because if the Chaparrals were to score and get a 1-point lead, you only need a field goal in order to have a replay of the Sunnyvale game last week. Not something that we necessarily want to see.
My heart can't handle that, Todd.
Yeah. Well, when you've got the ball 1st and goal at the 1, you have to score a touchdown. That's all there is to it. The Buckeyes unable to do that.
Yeah, number 9 comes in there and could be the player of the game if this comes out on the Chaparral's favor. And they knock him down for a loss. That is big. 3rd
play of the
7.
Game, right here.
3rd and 7.
Look for number 1. It is 3rd down and 7. They're going to try to get the ball in number 1's hands. That's all there is to it.
3rd and 7. The ball is on the 21-yard line. And these guys know they cannot squander this opportunity and put the ball.
Number 9, Jeff, comes into the game. That means that they are going to probably run the football with number 9.
Yeah, they're coming right wherever number 9 is. Get ready. They're coming.
And 10's going to carry it.
They're coming to the right side. Number 10 around the. Nope, they're going to do a quick pitch. Look at this. They wrap him up instantly. What a heads-up play.
Number 2, Castillo, comes in and absolutely smashes
Elias
that.
Castillo didn't buy it, and he jumped up and did his job extremely well. 4th and 11 as they lost 4 yards on that last play. Now, 4th and 11. I'm not seeing a kicking team come out.
No, there's no kicking team here, Jeff. This is simple. This is the absolute game right here. As the black flag defense has got
They're
to
going to take a timeout.
They're going to take a timeout.
And folks at home, I hate to do this to you. We're going to take a timeout too. We'll be right back.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
All right, folks, we're back. A&M Commerce, 5:05 left to play in the game. Gilmer leads 27-21.
Number 1, Jeff,
it is 4th
right here.
and 11.
Stop number 1. Find number 1. They are going to throw him the ball. It is all going to be about number 1 right here. He's sliding up in the slot. You've got
your
to stop
secondary,
number 1.
if they've ever done their job, they better do it here. Because if they score a touchdown, they go up probably by 1. 4th and 11, the season's riding right here. Fakes the handoff, quarterback throws back to the backside, picked off! Back down the field, they could take this one all the way.
Only one block.
They pick up the block, no flags on the play. Touchdown, look at this, all the way back, touchdown Buckeyes, and they flip the field.
88-yard return.
88 yards for a 250-pound linebacker.
Wow, what a play by the senior Aaron Bell. Completely changes the nature of this game. He read that all the way. Fake handoff, throwback to number 10. Aaron Bell reads it, picks it, and then takes it 88 yards to the house.
Aaron Bell's never run that far in his life.
I'm telling you. And he's never run that fast.
That is a 6'1", 250-pound man that just ran an 88-yard pick return from a linebacker position.
Huge. Now, what is the holdup here? You got the referee that are standing there.
Yeah. Oh, we got a player down on the opposite side. I'll tell you what, Todd, if there had been a flag called and that one back, the refs would have to literally sneak out of the stadium right now.
There's not enough policemen.
There's not. And I don't care if it was legitimate. And I have I think these refs have done a fine job. I know y'all disagree. These guys see things we don't see and what we don't want to see. But they are from Houston, Texas. They don't care who wins this football game. They're calling it like they see it. If we've been holding, hey, you get a penalty. You got to be disciplined. But if they would have called that one back, they would have literally, had to run out of this stadium tonight. Buckeye fans would not have cared. It would have been terrible for them.
Well, the referees parked right beside me, so people might know where they were parked exiting the stadium. 4:56 remaining here. The Buckeyes break through, make this a 2-score game, and 2 touchdowns are needed now by the Aubrey Chaparrals. Extra point left to come.
Good snap. Kick is right through the uprights. Buckeyes up 34-21. And so, Todd, what exactly does that mean?
I'll tell you what it means. Do not kick a pooch kick to them and let them get another good return.
No.
Do not do that. I don't care if you got to kick us out of the bed. So
yeah, Joe wants to point out that when we score 30 points or more in a game for the last forever, we have a 95% chance of winning statistically. That is actual statistics that Joe and the group has amassed those stats. That anytime the Buckeyes score over 30 points, 95% of the time they take the W. But we're a long way from out of here, folks. We've seen earlier in this season 4 minutes and 56 seconds last 35 or 40 minutes, and the lead switched back and forth several times.
Yeah,
so the Buckeyes have got to cover this kickoff, and they've got to pin them deep and make them work hard for it.
Yeah, number 1, Brown, who's not been a factor in this second half. He was the absolute difference in the game. Jeff, Brown was responsible all by himself for 14 of their 21 points. This is a 34-7 game right now if Tyler Brown is not playing the ball that he's played.
Yeah, but he is.
He is not. Well,
him and number 10 have been huge factors, obviously, in this game tonight.
We knew that was going to be the case. But right now, we just need to kick this to green grass somewhere and go cover
they're
this
lining
kick.
up for another pooch kick here. It's a high pooch kick, fielded on the 20. We've got to stay in our lanes and get good coverage. Look at this. He escapes again, and we're out on the 44-yard line. And I just absolutely hate giving them that type of field position.
Well, as Coach Metzel has told us, 30-yard line is the key to try to catch it, but they have seen something all night long. They do not fair catch the ball. They are going to take it, return it, and they have eaten us alive. If we look at field position and the scoring just in the special teams, Jeff, now it would have been different had that Brennan Webb punt return been allowed to actually stand. We would be in the positive side of our special teams, and right now we're about 80 yards down on special teams. We will take it compared to the other field position we've had. Aubrey will have it 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. 4:49 left. Buckeyes lead by 13 points, 34-21. Buckeyes desperately need a stop.
All right, 13-point lead. They got to score twice. They're going in the air, over the middle, picked off by the Buckeyes. Number 3, right through the middle, returning down the right side, still on his feet. And a great return after the pick to the 35-yard line. The momentum has shifted to the Buckeyes with 4:35 left to play. That's a backbreaker if you're Aubrey.
Yeah, now number 1 right here, Jeff. Number 14 is going to come in the game, and we are about to pound this down Aubrey's throat. No question about it. Number 3 to Eric Tate makes a huge play and an even bigger return as Mr. Sundays, as we like to call him. He's got that much athletic ability. Showed for the second time in just a few plays how his will has made an impact on this game. And right now, Jeff, get ready because you're about to get a huge dose of number 14.
Yeah, they're fixing to try to eat up a lot of clock on the legs of DeVray Smith. Low snap, handoff to DeVray, bounces out, gets to about the 35-yard line. And you can bet they're going to keep the ball on the ground and try to eat as much clock as they can on this drive right here.
Yeah, number
if we
17.
can just get, they've got 2 timeouts. And if we can get this first down right here.
And one more,
that'll be enough to run the clock. But you know they're going to take the timeout.
They'll have to burn them, but it really doesn't matter because in this case, every single precious second that clicks off is one more possession that they are not going to have. They need 2 possessions, and if the Buckeyes can find a way here with number 14 to Ray Smith, number 0, Bell is in the game to block for him.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff, right side, Smith gets tackled basically at the line of scrimmage, probably lost a yard actually. And that's going to be 3rd and 10.
Now, Jeff, think about this right here. We've run the ball twice. We got 36 seconds left on the play clock. Do you not take a timeout here? Because if you can get this into 4th and manageable, you go for it. You want to keep the ball and keep the clock running. Aubrey not electing to use their timeouts here. You want to use all this play clock, get you down to about 3 minutes. Give Will a chance to pick up this first down with his ability, but more importantly, Jeff, just get it close so that you can go for it on 4th down. That's another 40 seconds you burn off the clock.
Yeah, keep in mind, we're only 13 points ahead. If they get the ball back and get a score and then an onside kick, you know, it's going to be a different ball game. Will takes the handoff, and that's going to be, after maybe a yard gain, it's going to be 4th and 8.
Now see if Aubrey takes a timeout here or if they elect to keep the clock running. Now, Jeff, on 4th down and 8 here, we're obviously going to go for it. How are you going to punt? We're going to throw the football right here. Why? Because it makes no difference whatsoever if it's an incomplete pass. It stops the clock anyway. So now the playbook opens. We get to 4th down, and we got to have a pass play here for about 8 yards. Look for an out route here. Number 7, Brennan Webb, has been able to hook up with number 11. We're going to take this all the way down and take a timeout. And then we will talk about what is our best play on 4th down. And this will be about 2:10 left to play in this ball game.
I'm really shocked Aubrey's not taking one of their timeouts and forcing it.
They have no chance. And here's why, Jeff. Look at what they did when the hurry-up offense the last time. Got picked off by number 3 to Eric Tate, who returns it 45 yards. Their shot right now is to try to score on defense, and I think that's what they're going to try to do.
We just got to delay a game. I saw Allen calling timeout, but it looked like it was after the. Oh, they're going to punt. They wanted to delay a game to back it up a bit, I guess.
I guess so. Well,
and they declined it.
Yeah. We'll punt it over here to the right-hand side and try to keep it away from Brown now. And I'm shocked that we didn't go for that 4th down and 8.
All right. Oh, they came for the block.
And we got the flag, Jeff. They ran into the kicker.
Oh, fantastic. They came hard and hit Braden Pate. We got the flag. That'll be an automatic 1st down.
If that is roughing the kicker or running into the kicker, let's see what they decide to call here.
Yeah, they were coming hard. This will be an interesting call here. They did take the penalty there. It was, we're looking at 4th and 13. Offsetting penalties.
You've got to be kidding me. They called delay of game on us, and we're going to have to re-kick this. Jeff, this is the sound of me biting my tongue.
Wait, but that was impossible. How would they call delay of game? Because we were coming out of a timeout. All right, here's the snap. They're coming hard at him again. Another flag is flying. All right, I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, they hit the kicker again. And we have another flag from the side judge.
All right, this is good. There's a lot of strategery going on right now down on the field. And a lot of discussions there with the ref. And they are, I'm not sure what they're going to do here. Yeah, they're going to call it.
It's offsetting again. They called illegal
motion. What is the offsetting?
You
got to be kidding me. Joe Dodd literally losing his mind in the booth beside us. I'm so glad I have a wall between me and him right now. And I wish the glass was thicker.
I'm sorry, guys, but what a crop.
I've never seen anything like this in my years of calling football games. I've never seen that happen twice. Statistically, that's incredible. This ball is going to bounce down, and if they look at this, out of bounds at the 3. Braden Pate, you're a genius.
Man, what
this
a
kid
weapon.
is a genius.
What a weapon.
Oh my gosh.
Punt.
Braden Pate has been on fire all year. And what a kick.
Kicks it away from Brown. He kicks it away from anyone that can touch that ball, and it bounces outside at the 3-yard line.
Unbelievable.
So 151 left to play in this game. And again, Aubrey has 2 timeouts, but I've never seen, Jeff, 2 running into the kicker that would give us a first down. We have a delay of game call, which is impossible to your point, because it's a dead ball.
We're in a timeout.
You cannot call 2 penalties if it's a delay of game. If it's a delay of game, the play did not happen. So therefore, how did you have the second run into the kicker penalty and you call offset?
I don't know. I do know. I knew the Buckeyes just ran the clock down to 151 because Alan Metzel's great at clock management. Quarterback's in trouble. He's scrambling, and they're going to take him down on the 2. They're going to say his forward momentum got to the 4.
They're laying their ears back and head hunting at this point. Clock continues to run, and Aubrey does take a timeout. And we'll take a timeout here as well. 1:38 left to play in this game. Buckeyes looking good, 34-21. Buckeyes lead. We'll be right back.
There's something special about a local hometown bank. The pace is a little slower, the smile's a little brighter, and the relationship is, well, personal. Visit us in Gilmer or our new bank in Longview on the corner of 1844 and Judson Road. For over 120 years, Gilmer National Bank has been building relationships, one customer at a time. Come see us for all your personal, commercial, and agricultural needs, because we want to hear you say,
Gilmer National Bank. That's my bank.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we are back here at Texas A&M Commerce, and the Gilmer Buckeyes on top of the Aubrey Chaparrals, 34-21 with 1:38 left. So barring some miracle, Buckeyes hopefully going to get out of here with a victory. They're going to be playing at least 3 deep, I'm sure. Aubrey's going to be forced to go to the air here.
You got Jeremiah and Tarek back deep.
To take the win, they have to score, onside kick, and score again. And they just luckily throw that one in the ground because he was wide open on the slant.
Yeah, unbelievable if that's even a question there.
Were they questioning that as a catch?
The umpire was saying that was a catch.
Oh my gosh, it hit the ground and bounced. You got to be kidding.
No.
Now that's funny. He might have sneezed when it happened. But overall, I think they've called a clean game tonight. I think we're fine. The 4-yard line, and now you're looking at 3rd and 9 from the 4-yard line. And so Aubrey right here, this is kind of their season right here. If you don't convert this 3rd down, I mean, you're basically handing it to him. Quick pass out to the left side, a lot of room to run, and he's going to pick up the 1st down.
Which is absolutely fine with the Buckeyes, as that's the play they should have run on 1st down, Jeff. I mean, I'm shocked that wasn't the play every time, as they get number 1 Brown into the open field behind a couple of blockers, and he certainly moves the chains. 1:28 left to play in this game, and the Buckeyes right now just need to keep everything in front of them. Get pressure on the quarterback, find number 1, and don't let anybody behind you.
All right, here's the snap. Dropping back, looking to pass, going long, and he gets the catch and gets out of bounds right there. Nice job there by the Chaparrals.
And we'll take that as you got number 13, Jeremiah Noble, over there on the coverage, giving him plenty of cushion. 5 seconds go off the clock that you're giving up 10 yards.
Yeah, my Uncle Randy, I just got a text. My Uncle Randy's at home yelling at the refs. He disagrees with me. He said he better be glad I'm a long way away from him right now. He's yelling at the refs at his television, as is probably most of Gilmer. Dropping back, looking to pass, got time, goes long, picked off by the Buckeyes on the 40. And guess what, folks? That'll be the nail in the coffin with 1:16 left to play. Buckeyes and the other team having only 1 timeout. Buckeyes should be able to get out of here with a win. And if so, they'll face Carthage next week. Don't know where yet. It's probably going to be somewhere in East Texas like Longview or Tyler.
I'll tell you, it'll be the state championship game, that's for sure. As next week, the 2 best teams in the state, which I've thought really was the case all year long. And trust me, folks, the Gilmer Buckeyes match up better with the Carthage Bulldogs than we ever have. So I am looking forward to this as we take the knee, and the clock is going to run here. We're going to have to do this one more time.
Yeah, we get the delay of game penalty, and we don't mind.
You got to be kidding me.
No, they're going to they let the clock, go before they snapped it. So if they backs up, that's going against somehow
offsides penalty.
Offsides penalty. So 1:12 left to play here as they start the clock, and we have a ton of time. We're going to be sitting here for about the next 20 seconds just looking at each other because the Buckeyes are not going to snap the ball till we get down to about 1 or 2 seconds on the clock.
We're 2 snaps away from.
But hey, let's talk about this game for a second. Aubrey showed up to play, buddy. Let me tell you something. These guys, I tell you, Todd, all year has just been one battle after the next for the Buckeyes. I mean, every game, we had about 3 easy games there at the end of district. Other than that, every week they've been tested and tested. And the biggest test for them is yet to come. It's next week against Carthage, somewhere in the greater East Texas area.
Jeff, I'll tell you, it's survive in advance. You only have to survive in advance. Next week, everybody is healthy. You've got the matchup that you've wanted all year long against the #1 team in the state. Buckeye fans all know what the Carthage Bulldogs mean, but let me tell you something, folks. The Carthage Bulldogs that you have seen against your Gilmer Buckeyes for the last 3, 4, 5 years ain't the same Carthage Bulldogs that you're going to see next Friday night. We match up better than anyone ever has against the Carthage Bulldogs. It's going to be a state championship game. If these Buckeyes can, for the first time all year, go put 4 quarters together, folks, you could be looking at a clear road to Jerry's World once again, and it's all going down on Friday night because the best 2 teams left standing in the state are going to play next week.
Yeah, Gilmer Buckeyes versus the Carthage Bulldogs. That is a classic matchup that everybody likes to watch. Gilmer Buckeyes come out on top, 34-21, in a hard-fought ball game. Congratulations to the Aubrey Chaparrals. They had a great season, played a great game tonight. It could have went either way several times. Buckeyes finally got momentum shifted in their direction and come out with the win, folks. We'll see you next week as the Gilmer Buckeyes take on the Carthage Bulldogs. Good night.